Another day of Street Fighter League Japan 2026, this time for Division F. If you guys happen to check out what happened in Division S, best believe we're going to still have all the action and much more coming into this day's division. We've got some brand new teams and some brand new faces joining up in some of the teams here, and we're very much so looking forward to all the action. Before we begin, obviously, we got to say what's up to everybody that is in the chat currently, and there's anybody that's watching to check out the action even at a further date. Welcome back and welcome for the first time, just in case. My name is Vicious here with St. Cola to bring you all the action from the English broadcast, and we are live as we speak, reading the chat as it goes on, and we're very excited to present to you the very first day of Division F. How are we feeling today, St. Cola?
So super sick, Division S was absolutely amazing. If y'all missed that, go to hit those VODs and go get a little bit of review what happened with Meta RD. I won't spoil, but it was fantastic. And I'm betting this very first episode of Division F is going to be nothing short of ridiculous.
Yeah, let's talk about it, right? We have so many matches to kind of go through for those that are currently looking at the screen, right? This is what the order is going to be like. We have Riddle going up against Detonation Focus Me as our very first match. Nagoya NTP Oja going up against Good 8 Squad, and then Team Vero going up against Team Reject. Ooh, a lot of conflict on that one for the tail end as our marquee matchup. But again, we talked about some of the fresh faces joining some of the squads. Nagoya NTP Oja pretty much getting a facelift with some brand new members, but also Riddle Order coming in as the brand new squad for Division F in Street Fighter League in Japan in general.
Being able to have a Geef and Ed, a Blanca, and an Anki all squared up is going to be a very strong team in totality. But I'm also interested to see what's going to go on with Detonation Focus Me. How is that Jamie doing? What's the switch going to be for KB? Is he going to play that DLC, the Yasmin? What's going on with that? There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and also down that marquee match. Having He Now and Yas join Reject, the winning team of Street Fighter League Japan and the world. That's going to be fantastic to see. So I want to see all the results. It's going to be a good night of fights out here, or I guess a good morning of fights, whatever one you want to cut it.
No doubt. If you guys have been here before, welcome back. As I mentioned before, and if you guys have not, we've kind of talked about what goes on in the realm of SFL Japan, especially when it comes to the ruling and how things kind of operate in regards to each and every one of those matches. But what you should know right now is that these guys are not only playing for the prestige of being champions, but also 15 million yen. That is absolutely bonkers, with 9 million going to first place, 4 million going to second place, and 1 million going to third, with 50K supplementary on top for the champion team players. And as we go along, we're obviously going to discuss the format and see how everything works out in this team format style competition. Damn, that prize money actually got St. Cola at a loss for words. I get it, man. I totally get it. But one thing I do want to discuss as Frida and Hameko-san are kind of going through it, one of the things to kind of let you to know about is the fact that we have, a brand new team with Middle Order. Takagi is the captain of that, who had an absolutely stellar rookie year and has been pretty much a highlight in the Japanese scene as one of the main Blanca players. In fact, he's been talked about so much and also has made such progression that he was involved in the development of Daigo Umehara's practice sessions going toward Kimonomichi against Meta RD earlier in the year. On top of that, you have Adelaide, who was also one of the rock stars on his rookie debut, coming in with, I do believe, Ed, if I'm not mistaken. He actually had taken down so many people in the mirror match and become the Ed player to watch, along with Sahara. Then you have Junior coming in as one of the prime Zangiefs out of Japan, and now even the world he's been traveling around. And then Hikaru, always a force to be reckoned with, using a character that I feel like is still not necessarily on the radar as much. Aki, I feel like, is still one of those characters that are continuing to be developed in the current meta. I still think she's such a powerhouse, and Hikaru has to have some pretty firm faith in that character, and for very good reason. In the meantime, taking a look at the current awards, you might be asking yourself, what are these awards all about? Well, we also have an awards, an extra supplement towards the players as they progress throughout the year. Going off the top, the Grand Final MVP, which is one player from the Grand Finalist teams, a Division MVP, which is one player from each division. Then we talk about Rookie of the Year, Drive Gauge Efficiency Award, the Drive Impact Award, as well as the Perfect Parry Award. And these awards are essentially 50K yen each, and as a bonus towards the players that achieve the most throughout the season. And when we talk about the entirety of Street Fighter League Japan, we get to talk about a lot of the winners. Those winner interviews are actually conducted by our SFL ambassadors, Vispo, returning as our SFL Japan ambassadors to interview the winning team after each match, which I hope can be accessed in full translation, as they've done an amazing job last year. So much high energy, and also gives a different perspective towards a lot of the more traditional, like serious kind of questions. They have such unique perspectives coming into the league to kind of get the players off their feet a little bit and out of the box when it comes to their responses as well. There he is. All right, he's not frozen anymore. You feeling all right?
Feeling great, feeling great. I feel even better if I was at the live watch party instead of dealing with the boys. But hey, I am back. Because we're on the section, we're talking about people watching things offline. I saw some of the players, Daigo and Bonchan, talking about like people watching them offline and all these locations that you can see up at the top here of the screen over in Japan, and how cool it was that people are massing together to watch Street Fighter League in a physical area together as homies, you know. So that's cool, super cool that they're you know, at various bars and things like that, or places in restaurants and other places to play video games. You can just like watch it on the screen and watch Street Fighter League. And they also have special guests, Moke and the No Motion Boys, who joining at some eventual point. Big up to them. Also, No Motion came out to CEO. If y'all didn't see that, put on a performance, and I wonder if they'll put on a performance too as well if they're at some of these events too. So shouts out to them, and shouts out to Moke to also join in and the offline fun, the live watch party fun, I should be saying, as the party guest.
It's actually fun to listen to them commentate and also talk in between some of the matches. They bring such a unique perspective, right? Because they have been around and they do play fighting games. So it's very interesting to see like what kind of questions come out, being the entertainers that they are. Like, you know, they know balls because of the questions that they ask too. There are like some translations going around from some of the VODs. But with that in mind, man, it's cool to see everybody kind of come together to some of these venues, pack the house entirely. And I'm not even exaggerating. There are so many photos that come out of like Capcom_esports that kind of showcase some of these live watch parties, and these people bring the noise. It's so insane. Like, if I weren't working one of these events and I were in Japan, like if I had a day off, I would definitely be in one of those events. I'd be definitely like in one of those venues, like hanging out with the people. That'd be so sick.
It's all over like Capcom Cup, how feverish people get about Street Fighter just overall, and like just hearing the electricity, hearing the volume of people. You would not expect how crazy people get about this game. It makes sense when you see artwork like this. You see people jamming with the action and things like that. It's nothing short of just amazing. This illustration, honestly, is amazing. I need to see a poster. I know you wanted the mat. I need a poster for my new house right now. And also, I need all those mascot items, bro. I need everything from the phone. If you had a pillowcase, that'd be sick too, so I can lay and go to sleep. And then I want to wake up. I want to wake up to some keyboard keys, little mascot. I don't know, man. Yo, dress up my entire room like that. I'll tell my wife, she'll kill me. But either way, I like what they're doing out here with the new illustrations, and of course, the merch is always sick when it comes to Street Fighter League.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to kind of like fear what's in my closet and my wardrobe going forward, because all of my stuff, I was doing a deep dive clean out of my closet, right? And I noticed how much like majority of my outfits are like video game associated, primarily Street Fighter associated. I have like some Resident Evil gear, I have like Monster Hunter gear, and I'm just like, man, I go out like this? Hell yeah, I do. Every time, every day.
Yeah, rep that. Nothing wrong with that at all, especially when it's on the Lucia stuff, which is coming out real soon. But anyway, when it comes to the merch, again, Street Fighter League does it well. You know, I feel like they don't do it really gaudy, and their materials really good. Shouts out to production. They dropped off one of the hoodies for me over at the Capcom Cup ending show, so I really appreciate that, and then wear it all the time. So big ups to them, and also big ups to all the supporters and things like that. All of y'all watching at home. Also want to say thank you so much for staying up with us. If you're watching for the VODs, thank you for peeping those two as well and keeping that viewership up. Now you're gonna be well rewarded with some super sick action. I know you were talking about Aki. I heard that in terms of character representation. We'll also be seeing some Geef causing some grief out here, and maybe more of some Jamie too as well. I know production was looking forward to that. I think the variance is going to be super sick. So if you see something cool, you know where to follow at Capcom_esports. That's where to go to see all the latest grace. If you miss something, you can go there too as well. See some of the clips that they post. I know I have to go back after I've watched some of this and commentate over some of this and be like, oh, that was a really cool match. Mena doing Bond Chat for Filth a couple days ago. I missed that. Oh, let me look at that. That's where you can go to see more. But that first match, though, bro, how you feeling about our first Division F match coming up with Riddle Order, the new team versus Detonation Focus Me?
Dude, I've actually been asked this a little bit ago. I'm actually kind of curious to see like how they step up to the plate going up against such a veteran seasoned team, right? They're going up against Detonation Focus Me. That is the team with Inabashi Zangief, KB, the Hammer, who had probably one of the most stellar records from last season, barely dropped any games. Nauman, who's pretty much like newly reformed towards like what he wants to do with the characters he's playing. He's playing Mai, primarily. I want to say he's primarily playing Mai throughout like his career, but he's also been bouncing between the Ken if need be. And John Takeuchi, man, I don't know what to expect out of this kid. I don't know how much he's fully committed to the Jamie, but I am concerned. But either way, very excited. Speaking of which, let's get into the new kids on the block. This is Riddle Order. Starting things off with the chosen one, Hikaru, with one of the best Akis you could ask for. Human Calculator. Then, one of the most dangerous grapplers, the second Zangief in Street Fighter League, and possibly in the world. It's Junior. The one who's trying to seize the future. The young man, Adley, with some of the most explosive and also inspiring gameplay you could ever expect. Oh, what a godlike name, The Thunder. One of our favorite rookies from last season, the Blanca main, Takagi, coming in as the main, I want to say like the leader of Riddle Order. I'm actually quite impressed to see his jump. This is so sick to see. Yeah, rep them jerseys. I like that. I like that. What a young team.
Come through strong because they're going against Detonation. Focus, you better focus up. Long-standing team getting stronger, better and better. And they got KB, aka K Business on their team. Good luck to them. Very star-studded cast, and they have a lot of variance in terms of the characters that they're picking as well. A lot of archetypes that they're covering. This is Detonation Focus Me. Once again, you better focus up. Cool, let's get it popping. Detonation Focus Me going to be starting off with, the trickster, John Takeuchi. Take a sip, take a swing, take a swing. That Jamie, newly minted, buffed as well. After that's going to be the Jade Flame himself, Nauman, on the mind, but also get fired with the cannon if he needs. On the bloodline of domination, excuse me, it's KB. I had to take a step back for a second. That is insane. The bloodline of domination. Come on now, relax. And after that, the Cyclone Commander, always turning. Oh my God. Inabashi Zangief causing grief with that. I'm telling you right now, this man's going to be coming through strong, leading his squad once again. They've gotten so close to that victory line. They have tasted, but not gotten to the finish line of the playoffs in a long time. You know they won it.
The pose is OD. The Inabashi pose is OD. I was like trying to mimic it when I saw him do it and deliver. I'm like, this dude is the illest. So let me rephrase. I meant to say one of the two Zangiefs in Division F, not just the league. My mistake, because Inabashi obviously the Zangief main as well. But again, gotta put respect on his name. Zangief is in his name proper, in the handle. But we got two Zangiefs going up against each other potentially, and I'm excited to see it. Honestly, to start things off in a mirror match, that would be kind of goated. That would be absolutely goated.
That would be such a fun match, honestly, because of the various styles and things like that. I think they won't go for it, but I'd like to see it. But I do like this order overall, though. The only thing I'm wilding out about is Hikaru in the anchor position. and not the famed strong character, the Green Goblin himself, that is Blanca, being in that first to 3. I'm kind of surprised about that. What do you think?
I think it makes sense. I think Hikaru has a lot more experience in the game against a lot of the veterans. I think he's also had a pretty decent success rate in every one of the events that he enters in comparison to Takagi. But it's also day one as well to kind of reconsider. I think it's a lot of data for them to kind of acquire throughout the season for matchups as well. Being in the away spot, I think Hikaru might yield more success.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Experience definitely does better. Nauman, rolling up with the mic, as you mentioned, has been playing mainly that character. When I saw him on work, Combo Breaker, I was like, when's the Ken coming back? And he said, probably never. Now the Ken has some changes. I saw him test a lot of things on his stream. You know, he's posted some tech too as well with the character. But I think Mai's just a fine fit. You know, she's still very strong. She's one of those characters that really can't be in Burnout because level 1 now doesn't have that invuln, so you're really having to hold to your bar a lot more. You can't really go into Burnout and have the level 1 to back you up. That's just one part of what's been changed with her. But other things have been changed and benefit for her in some things in terms of weakness like that stand medium punch. But Junior, though, let's talk about him. He has been absolutely insane in the offline scene. I remember him in Street Fighter V playing like Cody, so him going with the grappler this time is kind of wilding, but he has definitely found his mark with this gi.
I've seen him kind of be like the bane of a lot of other players' existence in Japan. I've seen what he has done on an international level where people were just utterly surprised and not necessarily ready for not even just like the matchup, but also the style that Junior wants to play. He's definitely in line with the other Zangiefs in this entire league. We talk about Junior in the same breath that we talk about Itabashi. We talk about Junior in the same breath as Kobian. But if I were to really spell it out, I think he's like a good hybrid between the two. And I think maybe because of the most recent rankings and like the way he's been playing, I think he might. This is really hard for me to say because I'm a big Itabashi fan. I think he might surpass like Itabashi in like ranking. Perhaps. But it's still, to me, it's like Kobian, Junior, and Itabashi. It's like the order.
I mean, the results speak for themselves. We've seen what he did over at Combo Breaker. We've seen over at EWC. This guy has been cooking in the offline a little bit more than Itabashi has, and he's got the results to back it up. And I think you're right in terms of like the hybrid. He's got the great foot seats that you would take from Kobian, but he's got a little bit of that gambling style for Itabashi. When he puts that in, is when you don't expect it. Sometimes it's round start, sometimes it's a little bit later on when he sticks in these resets and things like that. It makes him really difficult and hard to read. Nauman, though, has been running the mic for a long time, so I think he's going to be well active with what's happening with the character. We're going to get a little bit of the interview real quick here. Junior said, it's finally started. We're finally able to play in this stage with this team. I'll start it off with a win.
I'm curious to see it, right? Like one of the things that we all have to consider, and this is something that chat should also pay attention to, is that whatever we see in terms of results on an international scale, I feel like the performance expected is weighted differently, right? Because it is specifically Street Fighter League Japan, a lot of the players will have the exposure against each other a lot more frequently than you would expect, like one of these players against an international player. So in regards to like specific matchups that we're used to seeing at like a CPT format where we were watching them kind of go through pools, go through top 32 all the way to top 8, it's different when you get to have like players that are constantly fighting each other in ranked, their own world warriors, etc. A lot more knowledge and depth towards their strategies because they're so familiar. I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out even further, right? As much as we hail up Junior and Kobian in regards to their Zangief prowess, I think Japan has much more of a stronger idea of how Zangief's going to operate. The same can go with Mai, right? I think Japan has slowly started to develop like anti-Mai tactics for a very long time, so it's going to be very difficult to see like who's going to take it over the other. But that's the beauty of it all. So speaking of which, let's get it started. Riddle orders Junior versus Detonation Focus Me, Nauman, in our very first game of Division F.
Give here. Gets a hug in between the string right there and sits him right back down with the headbutt. Junior threading the needle very well. And I do like the flame shit as like a poke against like some of the folks that Geek might present. This is like a really good range for Nauman to be playing at here. Try to go for the side switch, cross up, perfect parry, get the back go towards the corner.
Kind of tough to even try to navigate after that parry too. You're still going to be susceptible. Junior already maintaining his life lead. Finding a way to actually pinpoint the gap. That was a counter hit. Perfect timing for that crouch short to disrupt Nauman.
Stuck with standing on 10 toes right now. Somebody's going to get the knockdown towards the corner. High enough to get that level 1. Stocks up. Back to the anti-air. DP's nice and easy. Oh, the back dash. Thought there might be a throw after that. No go. Listen.
Oof. Damn. Was that perfect? Oh, that was near perfect. Nauman. Put him on the destruction. We see it. Yo. No shot. Immediately after the Rio Enbu hits, trying to drive us forward. Junior stopping it completely now. Pretty impactful, just about 50%. But there's still a lot more for Nauman to work with. He's got 2 bars. He still has a relatively healthy drive gauge. On the other hand, Junior, okay, this is looking a little bit more tired after that command grab, after that SPD.
Those are close to the perfect carry. To stand in place. To go now, I'm going to get through. To come through with some buttons. Almost caught the recovery. Hits the stand fiercely. Read the heavy kick. Get used to that button. Plus frames. Get that forward throw, but towards the corner. Nauman needs that level 1 get going, and he won't even get it off this round. He's going down. The old D Laureate catching it from the skies.
Pretty slick so far. He has so much control behind him. Wasn't necessarily in the corner just yet, forcing Nauman to guess what's going to happen on the ground. And caught him midair. I like that call so far from Junior. He's had so much composure throughout the set, utilizing that heavy punch as well, trying to catch Nauman off guard. The trade-off, and still within range, even after that block normal from Nauman.
Oh,
No way, dude.
Oh,
the
the
control right now, brother. Do you see this? So Junior has not gotten away, or not left Nauman getting away with any sort of like block. Normal, still within range, and also catches him slipping. This is just pure intimidation coming in from Junior.
He's willing to take these fireballs every so often, a few errant hits here and there. We haven't seen like that win condition from Mai come through. The level 1 to really lock you down with the fans, extend that damage. So you have to find that resource, and there we go. Mid-screen with a little bit of OD to get the level 1 on. So that defense rocks now.
Playing pretty cool, right? Doesn't want to overextend with normals as well. Still on the way down, catching the throw from Junior. Oh, that still hits! That was an error on the side of Nauman. He missed the crosscut attempt. Oh, give me that SPD. Oh, it's gonna be a throw either way. Busting up the spine, headbutt. Oh my God, almost dead. Match point for Junior. Single what a beast, dude. His SPDs are so much more ambiguous in comparison to the way that Kobayama's playing in Division S in Day 1. Junior landed, I think, every single SPD attempt, son. Like, any whiff grab animation came from an actual grab, like the actual input for grab, rather than SPD. I think he landed every single SPD attempt.
If he somehow missed one, it didn't get punished, so it didn't really matter. I mean, the fact that, again, going back to what we were talking about, being the hybrid of Inabashi and Kobayama making his own thing, having these resets, taking the command grab, standing on 10 toes, not backing down. He got hit a few times with like the flame spin, that's fine. Maybe with heavy kick every so often, but he'd be outside the range. He'd go back in on the minus frames and reset with like light kick, running bear grab. We saw him back up to anti-air only. That was the only time I thought he was retreating. This guy had him dead to rights and read everything. Look at that perfect walk back. That's a hard thing to anti-air with. OD Laurie is hard to get. You have to get the perfect angle so you're not getting crossed up. And he knew what to do. This is sick. The double drive rush. Oh, the catch, the whip step is. Oh, my Lord. Junior is a senior.
This man is.
He's godlike.
He's definitely playing like a senior. That is for damn sure. He has made Nauman his junior. If we're being honest, he's handing down the name to every person he plays. If he keeps playing like that, Middle Order might be a huge threat. Because look who we have afterwards. Takagi, Hikaru, and Adelaide. This is kind of rough right now. You gotta say, Inabashi's coming up next. He came out the woodwork immediately. He immediately nominated himself for the second match.
He rose that hand to answer the question when the teacher first posed it. He was the first one up. Me. I'm here. All right. I'm curious to see what his game plan will be against likes of Tadaki. I haven't really seen my guy play the Blanca in a little bit. I don't really see him too much in the streams that often. Inabashi has been streaming a little bit more, so I've been able to catch him a little bit more. But I'm curious to see why he's pulling up. Like why he's pulling up for this matchup. I would imagine Ed's not too much fun, maybe Aki, so maybe this is where he fits the best possible.
そうですね。ライトニングリストのコミの注目です。さあ、インタビューの準備ができたということなので、中継戦の選手に一言ずついただきましょう。
Looking at his choices, he could play. Sorry, not KB. Yeah, KB. He also has Mai if need be. John with Jamie or Rashid. I could kind of see that as well. Yeah, I mean that's a fair question. I mean, like if you were to kind of put your finger on it, like in regards to like the Zangief matchup versus Blanca, like what are your thoughts and opinions? If you were to guess, like why Inabashi would come up first or come up next against Takagi, why would you think he did it?
I'm gonna say I think he knows understands the matchup the most in terms of like player base overall for his team, like people that are left, right? And then in terms of like resets, I think he wants to, I'm going to take a guess here, be able to deal with any sort of reversal options and punish them in full enough where he can drain the drive gauge, not have to worry about like maybe horrendous situations that might come to level 2 as much. But the thing is, I feel like Blanca does well against Keith. I feel like whenever I watch that matchup, the range is there for the character. The driver's crashing kick is really good against Stan Fears. Level 2 is going to be a big pain point because you really don't have a reversal. The range of the drive gauge is really good for Blanca. I really can't find anything besides like a personal preference of Inabashi, the way he plays, being so hard to read that Takagi is going to be making maybe mistakes on defense and him be able to counter that. That's the one that I can really fathom. I don't know, man. This is a hard one.
It's tough. It's a tough call. Like I think universally, like most players would understand like how to defend against Blanca to a certain degree and like find the appropriate punishes to not only shave their life but also shave off drive gauge. I think maybe Zangief would be a little bit more impactful in making those punishes with some of the damage that he gets off of punish counter, right? So I could kind of agree on that. It's just mostly like my concern is what you had highlighted earlier is the range. I think Blanca has like such an excellent counter poke game, a lot more activity coming in from his normals. I just don't know what happens like if Inabashi can't close the gap, and even more so like Blanca's got so many different escape options regardless too. Even if it's not conventional, I think like even trying to sneak in a rainbow ball to get to the other side, like most players are forced to respect it as he kind of like flails through the air. So I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure why the choice is this way, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Maybe one thing that might help out is the fact that heavy kick got nerfed as an anti-air choice, especially on trade. So maybe jump medium kick is going to be more prominent, but that back medium kick is still a fine tool for that. So we'll have to see what the moves will be here for Inabashi. He starts to walk into the corner, drive reversal to keep him there. He's got the green, so it's not a bad idea. Trying to go for the SVD, we're out of there. Oh, wasn't able to connect, get it with the DI, the wall splat.
Again, another one of those options being flexed from the side of Takagi, going up for the instant OD air ball. Speaking of another old air ball. Going for the air-to-air instead of the traditional back medium kick or even the roundhouse. Ooh. Yeah. He knew. That was actually so fair for the side of Takagi. Like, Inabashi Zangief, as long as he's in burnout, he only has one bar to him. Not really much he can do to escape. And if he's not ready to kind of wind up with like a heavy punch prior to the back medium coming out, he was kind of cooked.
Yeah. That first round. Also, in terms of defensive tactics, I mean, you have a way to blow up the throws continuously to jump back Blanca ball. Careful of that. Inabashi, once again, walking towards the corner, poking and prodding with these normals. But all it takes is one activation to side switch, get the mix started. Reversal DP. That's a little Blanca-chan. Hard for Inabashi to stop that from happening. Activation point hits a heavy. Get a further pickup. Plus, in between. Oh, yeah, not holding that. Eat this level 3.
Might be dead. Yep, he's hella dead. I think it was Takagi's fault. I mean, honestly, he did jump medium punch. Didn't finish it out with the block ball. Didn't get the Oki scenario that he was looking for. Ooh. Standing light kick right into the RBG. And now we get the SPD. So many letters being thrown at him. Itabashi off to a great start.
So the whole alphabet. That's the range we're talking about. Crouching medium punch. Outside the range of Stan Fierce. Clears it. Oh, trying to go for the anti-jump medium kick, though. A dive kick. He lows as Stan Fierce trying to chase him down. Itabashi able to take this round, honestly. But here's the great equalizer. Level 2, the Lightning Beast. Gotta find an opening, though.
The defense is there. Itabashi just slowly letting it dwindle down. This is going to be a pretty much last-ditch effort. Takagi, how do you take so much life left from the big man? Well, starting to go off by the buffet, for the buffet. Throw's not enough, though. Medium kick within range. Itabashi flexing his knowledge of the footsie department. I like that. The big whiff punish for the round, for the game, for that matter.
Also, like he was goading him to using that button. He was like, you know what, I'm going to poke with stand medium kick. You're going to hunt for something a little more range than crouching medium punch. Very great on defense. Now good on offense. Great round start. Killing the drive gauge. Now kill the character as well.
Oh my God, that was sick. That was actually sick. He threw out the jump medium punch mad early so that it wouldn't connect. Takagi has never, I don't even think he's been put in that old school situation before. That is a classic old man tactic.
To wipe the dust off of that one. Set point. Itabashi with the perfect. Perfect carries, but couldn't get the SPD. Wasn't in range for it. You like the idea at the very least, but I caught him in the corner.
I'll take that drive reversal just to create some space for himself. Early Fierce is a counter hit against Takagi. We talk about range for range. Zangief definitely has it right now with the Fierce medium kick as well. Standing medium punch if need be. And of course, sweep. Avoiding the throw yet again is Takagi. Dude, he's shaving away at the drive gauge. And Takagi has been caught trying to jump out of the pressure multiple times, but now in comes the Lightning Beast.
Lights. Try to step off with the stand medium. Okay, with the raw level 3. Goading him. And this is the thing with that level 3, it's probably hard to approach with punishes there against the Stan Fierce. Oh, back dash. The button though. Reset SPD. One more touch. Itabashi. Either side. Takagi, will he stay alive? Double drive rush again. What's in the water with these geeks? Spins to win. Itabashi's A-keep with the defense, the offense, the resets, and the command grabs to connect.
These Zangief players are dastardly today. This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly how I want to spend my, what is it, morning? I don't even know what to call it. Night? I don't know, mid-morning? You know, whatever. This is how I want it, right here. This is my cup of coffee. Watching the Zangief players go nuts. On both squads, on both teams. You got to be feeling really good. If you're Junior and Itabashi, it's split right down the middle. It all comes down to the anchor match. I'm loving the confidence coming in from Itabashi. And I love the tactics that he's using to combat against the Lightning Beast. His defense is prime and steady. He doesn't even let Takagi take extra steps forward after like any sort of sequences to go for plus frame mix-ups off of a block back medium kick. If you notice, anytime Takagi tried to get up closer to Itabashi trying to steal like a couple of steps, Itabashi would go for like a reposition and go for a jump in and force Takagi to be on the defensive ends that way instead of the other way around, which I really thoroughly enjoyed.
Also feel like, again, when level 3 is online, they didn't want to do anything with like his level 2. He was like, I don't want to get close. I want to be in range for that at the very end. Even before that, as you're mentioning, the jump medium kick also clearing some of these buttons every so often. That makes that whole jumping game even more devious to have to deal with. My bad, Itabashi. I didn't know your game was like that. I didn't know your defense was like that against this character. I didn't know you set up the footsie so well that you would have the lead continuously to take that W. 10-10, it all comes down to this. Yo, give me the Jamie, bro. Give me the Jamie. I need the Jamie. John Takuchi, pull up, get a drink, get a dive kick going, make Aki's life hell on paper.
ジェイミークラシック。
Oh yeah.
お願いします。
Yes.
出場選手は竹内
Yes, sir.
選手主要キャラクター
Ask and you shall receive. So it's confirmed. He's sticking it out with Jamie, and for very good reason, right? One of the biggest patch winners, one of the big adjustment winners for the season, and he's been just on the rise, like season after season after season. Not necessarily in like huge increments, but I think like everything now being put together really makes him a huge threat. But I will say, like, this is just my opinion. I think Aki also has like a pretty decent kit to her, and her damage output is pretty high up. It does have certain requirements to do so, right? Having your opponent in that poison state. But all things put together, all things considered, I still think Aki is still rather slept on, in my opinion. We just saw Carson have an explosive tournament run over at TNS not that long ago. Or I think it was TNS or Canada. Oh no, I think it was TNS this week. And he's doing a phenomenal job consistently, week after week for Can Opener, TNS, etc. So I still think, like, honestly, Aki is a major threat if put in the right hands.
If I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, he did. Car won the second World Warrior for Japan. I don't think anyone can disagree with you at this point. I mean, this character is very slept on in terms of like her damage output is insane, but her buttons are really, really good. Stand medium kick. I was talking to Carson about this. It's such a good poke tool. Preemptively, the hook box retracts back, and then you just get a nice little counter conversion after it. It's such a good driver's checking tool. She's got stand medium punch. Her lights lead to a lot of things now. She has a little bit more in terms of like meterless damage and knockdowns, which isn't going to help her weaknesses, but it helps her strengths a little bit, right? So like just add more to her toolkit overall. Now the aerial approach, kind of hard to deal with, so I think dive kicks might be a pain point. But overall, the character's good. Her buttons are good. Her damage is good, and her drive gauge usage is good too as well. So I think it's going to be a pretty even bout overall. In the interview, Hikaru says, "This is the first match of Riddle Order, so we want the win today, the first win today." John Takuchi says, "Very thankful for the honor of being the anchor in the first game of the first match. I'll let everything out. First things first, my Street Fighter League jokes." Oh, here we go.
He's been doing this since last season. I guess he's practicing his stand-up routine, but it's been working. It has KB in stitches right now. He's laughing mad hard. Like, well, eventually, I hope we get a full translation, but I don't know if it's like a Japanese style humor or not. But I would love just like maybe some context. I want to know, but it's been literally like since 2025, I think, like midway through the season, he started doing like these random jokes. Some of them hit pretty well with some of the commentators and some of the players. Some of them fell a little bit flat. We're just like, all right, you got it.
Looks like he's making fun of making fun of the interview of KB. They're making fun of KB. You're hitting your own guy? So that's why KB was laughing. But it's still laughing matter right now. It's an anchor match.
You got the Justin Wong treatment? He's like, why you hitting me for, bro?
No. You say forget me for? Dang! The buff show round start. Heavy kick right off the ring. Get that punish counter. Extended range on it. We've seen that quite a bit from the JV players.
You weren't kidding about that medium kick too. Also being able to get the party started right into medium punch. Standing medium punch, that is. Roundhouse again, counter it. Not opting for the drink, going for the knockdown off the palm. The damage is pretty good off of that too. Karu also has the poison taken down against Takeuchi. Right foot
back though.
By the way.
Screen.
Oh, input error. Huge input error. That could have been, I don't know, honestly, from the side of John Takeuchi. As soon as the Devil Song was unleashed.
White shirt. Hikaru takes advantage. It's the first round. It's a heavy counter at this time. The 10-side kick. Sweep. Swig. Mid-screen. See if he tries to go for a little bit more of a drink. I like that call out right there. Gets the light lash, catches the button, puts the poison on him, and backs up for the anti-air. Knock it coming through.
Oh, I couldn't tell you what that was. Hikaru probably wanted to go for like a command grab. Another big input error for the side of John Takeuchi. This is not going to kill necessarily, but it puts Hikaru at a pretty good distance away.
There's bus frames that get up the can kicks. The trade with the medium kick, one more touch. And I don't know what that was. Maybe jump forward, dive kick that whips completely. I think he would have fallen the fireball regardless. Hikaru had them decked to rights.
Yeah, two vital errors right now coming in from the side of John Takeuchi. And most of the time, players are kind of able to brush that off and get the games going. But that was actually so significant. Like, those two drops gave Hikaru essentially both rounds.
I think so too, because like you're not just losing health, you're not just having poison on you and all that stuff like that. That leads her further damaging combos. You're losing access to moments that probably would give you drinks or at least taking your Oki or whatever it might have you. You were in level 2, like you had more pressure coming through after that. You had earned the right for that bar and wasn't able to access anything off of that. So I'm hoping that he's able to fix whatever mistakes are happening, mechanical or mental, whatever they may be, so he can better access what he needs to in the matchup. But regardless, you know, I want to see more of the Jamie. I like seeing the heavy kick. I mean, sorry to sound grazing, but honestly, heavy kick is such a strong tool. You see counter hits through it. You see it as a great poke tool. It's out poking likes of Aki if she's not going green. So I like that as a control tool overall. And what it leads to, he got full corner carry in one instance. He just wasn't able to capitalize on full. So we'll see what happens.
It is rather tough, right? We haven't seen anything super exponential coming in from like the side of like Jamie, or I guess not exponential, anything really extravagant towards like the pressure. We haven't seen any like high damage conversions just yet, or even like any significant pressure against Hikaru. He's been kind of like rather mobile against Hikaru to throw him off a little bit, but it hasn't been like so impactful to stop Hikaru's Aki from running his game, right? Like even if there was a guess towards this one instance where Hikaru wanted to go into like the stick slide stance into like a command grab, John Takeuchi just happened to be airborne and go for the proper punish or whatever. Even then, it's just like there hasn't been much established yet from the side of John Takeuchi, not even in like the drinking department.
You know, he's been going for like a lot of single drink sort of styles to right here, then going for the Oki right after. I'd like him to go for 2, not only for like the damage increase to be at 100%, but also so you have Bakai, so you have a way to at least threaten against the fireballs to be like, hey, I have something else to really lock down the things that she can't do. So if she tries a little fireball, you Bakai through that, light flash, dive kick that possibly, and really put the pain on her after that. I think that could also help out again without the input errors.
But I mean, all things considered, like on paper, yeah, absolutely. I think those are relevant things to talk about. But like Hikaru didn't even try to space out with the fireballs yet, right? He's been keeping it kind of, I want to say within mid-range, outpacing John Takeuchi movement-wise as well. But with OD Fireball to start off, it's difficult, right? To kind of start the matchup with a fireball like that is difficult, only because like Jamie doesn't have any sort of drinks on him, right?
Yeah. Whoa, what a perfect parry. And I like that. Get the crumple still skin, immediately go for your 2 drinks. That is the Plaza special. Only dive, get the DP right after it. Double dashes up. Now has all the tools I think necessary to fight the character. He backs up.
Oh, he was ready for that dive. Yeah, this is just looking way too calculated from the side of Hikaru, right? He understands. Jesus, look at the amount of damage he gets to enter into level 1. I'm telling you, this character is queen of conversion. Not even just like queen of burnout anymore. She is genuinely like one of the most high damaging characters if you get your opponent into that poison state.
It's even easier these days too with this character. I mean, it has been as she gets more and more of these buffs, but whether it be a Toxic Blossom, whether it be like the place on the ground, the Light Lash itself too as well. Oh, I like that perfect parry. The interruption. Tsurekas to put him up in the corner. Cross that 10 side kick, not even the DP. Like that option.
Yeah, Tensei, I feel like it's going to be a little bit more consistent in getting the damage off of like somebody trying to escape the corner for free. So I really do like that really conscious decision from John to not go for a regular DP. We get the double song to cancel off of the OD Bakai. Makes a lot of sense, too, to keep yourself safe and also add extra pressure, but Hikaru completely unfazed by it. Oh, yeah, punish counter, being able to get a sweet link. We're out of pose. No way you get that step kick. That step kick was mad fire.
No. Put the records right after the kill. He was in level 4. Man, oh man, well used for that level 2 usage. Pops off with a DP, sips the sauce, just one on the menu right there. He's gonna hit it, does it? Caught the button on the way down. Before it even came out, you saw the counter hit. Big lead right here, takes a lot of drive gauge away. Magnum opus.
Oh, you know what? That's a good call. Immediately after seeing Hikaru set up the puddle, using a drive rush to catch up to Aki as she's recovering is pretty damn smart. And that forward heavy punch, or not forward, sorry, that heavy punch in general just propels Jamie so far forward.
He's good at drive rush in general. Nice perfect parry. Was right on the corner. Ready for these fireballs, ready to confirm right after the OD level 2, right after to continue the combo. Put the holds and the kicks on him. Everything now, things are looking a lot better for John Takeuchi. It was looking a little dicey that first round. You saw Hikaru adjust to like the dive kicks, the spacing, even be able to perfect parry other things, but John Takeuchi bringing it back, routing it back. Use that level 2. More damage to the deck and more of that access that he needs to finish things off.
Yeah, and he was even doing a lot of damage regardless off of that. So no buffs to thank on that one, to be honest with you. Damn, that was fun.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we're getting the engine revving, right? John Takeuchi actually opted for the corner carry off of the palms instead of going for any sort of like sweep finisher for that level 3 drink. I like that a lot, right? Being able to enforce your will, being able to put Hikaru into the corner much sooner, much more potent, right? You can't be throwing out fireballs as freely. You can't be throwing out the puddle as freely, I feel like. You always have to be like pretty much in check afterwards. Granted, Hikaru got away with it these last couple of instances, but he still had to kind of like think about what to do, what to pursue with afterwards.
Yeah, look at that, low in the drive gauge for quite a while. He unfortunately too high up, punishing the dive kick. Flash, empty buttons to the poke convert though. Okay, level 2, so we get the ascension. That was going to be the play, regardless, on hit or on block here. Takeuchi's got the level 4. That means the command grab. Got something on your face. You wiped that off.
Wild. You know, that wasn't even a punish counter against Hikaru. I don't know how he got hit. I'm actually kind of curious to see like what went on. Maybe in like a replay, perhaps. But either way, kind of wild that it even occurred. You got the single jump on board, by the way. All the way down to crouching jab. I like that. Giving the punish counter. 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Stopping and interrupting the approach coming in from Hikaru. Third drink on deck, and also getting a little bit more of that drive gauge back. He's touching grass.
Overhead.
Overhead,
Get the follow up. Reversal, keep up in the corner. Will be part well spent. It will be. No back throw happening here. No comebacks at all. John Takeuchi keeping the heat on. And again, slightly mentioned it a little bit. We'll continue to a little bit more. Aki don't have the best defense. She can deal out the damage. She dish it out a lot. Her pressure's really great. But when you start getting these perfect parries against the fireballs, stop letting her initiate. You put her on the back foot, step in the corner. She got a hold a lot of that. These are introducing command grabs. So you got the 3 to 4 drinks up there too as well. It just starts to rack up in terms of the pressure that Jamie can put on in the reverse.
And I like that pressure that's being initiated coming in from John Takeuchi, right? Like after a bubble, Hikaru is like so, I want to say, thinking ahead too far forward, trying to stop John with either like a lash or try to establish the poison rather than trying to react towards like how John reacts to a blocked fireball, right? Let's take a look at that again. Like as we go through the next match, let's see how John reacts towards like a blocked fireball numerous times and see what options that come out of it, because most of the time like John would try to push forward to prevent Hikaru from establishing poison by any means. So with that in mind, I think in the last couple of games, we've seen John taking the sky approach with a jump. He's done like drive rush. He's gotten thwarted maybe like a couple of times. But it's really up to Hikaru to kind of just wait it out a little bit more and find like the counter angle towards John's approach rather than trying to like force him back with any sort of like proactive offense, any sort of like normals, any sort of special moves. I want to see what happens if he forces John to make the arrow with movement.
I wonder if he'll do something like throw out the fireball, let him do like the perfect parry and do like a delayed drive rush from DM or something like that to catch a extended button right after. Because John's been doing like perfect parry or even like tap parry into jab to catch like the drive rush that comes right after the fireball. So maybe that might be the move for like a less active approach after a fireball happens. Do you have to worry about what happens in terms of like his bar buildup? Because honestly, he's been building up so much SA gauge at the bottom. He's been building up so much super R gauge at the bottom. By using that heavy kick, he's just chunking away with it. That's building up level 2 nice and early for him to get these level 2 scenarios. So maybe there's more drive reversals in the future, maybe more bust out level 1s for some sort of difference of defense. I'm not sure, but I mean, honestly, the way John's on the reverse of things, the way he's playing is way better than what we saw previously. Doing all the things that you should do as Jamie to keep the pressure on and doing the things that you should do in the various levels as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn between like these two. I'm like a fan of I'm a fan of John Takeuchi more now that he's playing Jamie. No offense to previous seasons. But I'm also like a big fan of like Hikaru and the way he's like developed his Aki thus far. This is like quite difficult. I think Hikaru, after that timeout, might have something a little bit different. There we go. Finding a way to sneak in a counter hit, and also the poison is applied. You see how much more active he is once that poison is applied, by the way. Not even trying to go for fireballs, but as it dissipates from the side of John, he's looking to apply it this time. Yep.
Commit, pull to the button with the throw. On the drive gauge. Ooh, nice interrupt. Stuck in that heavy hit. A lot more though, but it's still gonna come through. Reward just too great. Palm towards the floor, double dash up. It's not really a necessity right now, as long as you're back against the wall.
EP? You're so close to forcing the burnout against them. Hikaru's got to tread softly. Creating some space for himself, and now he's drive rushing behind his fireballs. Drive reversal, totally fire with John Takeuchi. He scores a knockdown in the corner. I don't know what that was. I actually have no idea what that was to put himself into burnout, but yeah, Hikaru could actually take the dub.
Getting the win. Hopping over the stake. Entering level 2. No, he's trying to go for that sway play, hoping to catch maybe stand medium kick or stand medium punch, but it was a light lash instead. Standing off set point. Carl trying to fight back.
Into the double song. You're going to force the burnout out of this. Oh, he's looking for that jump out. Hikaru is staying stationary in that corner. An excellent time to find the interruption cross jab.
The same fierce thing to the command grab. Oh. The throw, the press the DP.
Oh, this is huge for Hikaru. Look at the extension you get. Jesus. Command grab as well. Hikaru in a nice position. Let's close it out right now. Trying to find a counter hit button. Oh, the neutral jump is there!
Nice.
Catching the step kick. What a call out, yo, Hikaru. So many great sequences all put together, and also getting the counterplay, getting his timing against John Takeuchi a bunch with some of his normals.
What's great is that neutral jump covers a lot of things. Step kick, stand fierce, he goes for it. It's like a neutral tool. Very smart play for Hikaru overall. 2-2, all even out. Meaty crouching medium kick. Just the offense you want to see is Aki. It's a reversal though from John Takeuchi to bust out. Takes a swing. I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more of that rather than go for like level 2 and then hoping that you get the kill before all the drinks are off the table and sober up. Oh, it's going to get heavy kick as well. I see the vision, Hikaru.
Oos. Look at how much control now from the side of Hikaru. Looking at match point. OD fireball with a drive rush paired behind it. John has not found the answer to that just yet, but I do like the answer of going for the OD uppercut just to dissolve the pressure coming in from Hikaru, but it's been relentless, right? The drive rushes have been so detrimental towards whatever it is John's looking for. The dive kick actually gets caught by the fireball at the last tail end of it. Ooh, give me that.
Set for the toe tap. Perfect done. Space trap. No swig. Let's have level 2 though. Maybe a closing point for him. Almost caught it. Sick. Go for it. OD fire off the knockdown. He escaped the corner for a little bit longer. Applies. No poison. Perfect parry, though. Incoming. Back to the corner you go.
A lot of carry on top of that. Up to 3 drinks. Command grab is a factor. No way. Can you counter level? Wait a minute. Nice call. Excellent choice. I'm glad it was level 2 to cancel the rest of that drive rush and still be able to parry. If it was level 3, I don't even know what the interaction would have been like, but I love that Devil Song call. Really nice work from John Takeuchi. What a smart play.
Take the safer option. Still have bar in the bank too as well. Another level 2. Stand medium finds the market to target combo. Take hit. Sweep. Swig. Still in their face. Walk up throw. Another swig. 3 on the menu. Oh, he went for the full target combo. Unfortunate. Karo's gonna be able to punish. Put a little poison on. Double drive rush. He'll take this though. Poison makes it suck, but he gets the behind. Level 3 right after. Oh my God, to understand the spacing, to understand you can skate over the front of the fireball. Excuse me. You get a follow-up after this. You dead? You get the wall spot
You
now.
are hella dead. Oh, I thought you were dead. Great block on the overhead. Hikaru's alive. He actually can bring John Takeuchi to the corner. Oh, no way, dude. He pressed the button. He pressed the button to get the Queen of Burnout? No shot, man. You know what's actually kind of crazy? Now that I think about it, I don't think John Takeuchi would have been brought to the corner in time to actually get, like, DI for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, his drive gauge was getting built up so much. He was taking a lot of chip damage, sure. But I think he could have blocked it out. I genuinely think he could have blocked it out, gained his drive gauge back, and had find a rebuttal. But pressing a button, that is a death sentence. Hikaru is not going to drop any sort of frame trap sequences. There's no shot.
I mean, Karo's like one of the most aggressive, if not the most aggressive Aki player in the business. He's going to understand how to keep that as tight as possible, especially in that kind of scenario. I wonder if there's a way for Jamie to kill with what he had. He was just by a pixel, by a little pixel. But that's Hikaru bringing it back with a break and taking it for his team. It'll be this. He'll take that W. It's riddle order today. 30 to 10.
I'm not too sure. I actually want to like ask Bolt Strike in the chat about like the sequencing coming in from John Takeuchi because it was creative. It utilized like one of the adjustments that Jamie got, being able to get that wall splat. But I don't know if palm would have been more than the uppercut in that instance, considering all the scaling prior. Let me see, like. Damn, what a finish. I'm trying to look at it right now. I'm trying to look at like the damage overall. Let's see, 1260 in comparison to like maybe home. Yeah, so technically the uppercut would do more damage in that sequence, all things considered. But yeah, I'm not too sure if anything prior would have helped him with damage or not.
So he was in level 3 also. I wonder if level 4 would have helped clear that too as well. You know, like leave nothing to chance. But as you mentioned, DB may have been it, but it just takes those little tiny things, those tiny moments to give somebody a way to bring it back. And honestly, as you said, may not have made it to the corner, but I think he tried to risk it, try to play something. Karu keeps it tight always. Riddle in their inaugural division game pulls it 30 to 10, taking it very dominant stuff. You see the Ed Main play it all, but I have to imagine that he's going to stick to Ed. I have to imagine that we're going to be seeing the young gun really keep with the Ed.
Yeah, that's I think that's what a lot of us were looking forward to, is seeing like how the players in Street Fighter League Japan, mostly like the Ed specialists, right? We were kind of curious to see like how they've adjusted and if they've kept the character. Well, Adley definitely is one of them. But being in like the extra battle spot, we don't get that kind of question answered just yet. Man, Junior is feeling great. But we do have that chance with Good 8 Squad coming in for match 2, so there is a little bit of hope, right? There is a little bit of hope. So we'll see how that plays out. But going into it right now. We'll get there when we get there, right? But with the interviews coming in, obviously Adelaide is feeling pretty good about it, talking about how intense the matches were. Just overall feeling positive that they were able to get the win. He also said, I was advising Hikaru not to use Fireball since John Takeuchi was using that Fireball to get through with Bakai. Funny enough, the one after back throw into OD Fireball was the one that got clipped that led into like the big sequence for John Takeuchi into Devil Song. So I don't know if he really took that to heart.
Did that. I'm gonna do it.
はい、おめでとうございます。そして続く対戦手。
Here, but you know, it's good that they have this team-based, you know, chat to be like, hey man, even though I don't take the information, it's cool that you're rooting for me regardless. I'm wondering what the Yaki has to say. Also, finding someone that's like a long-standing member of the FGC and do some of those old school strategies, as you pointed out, the fake outs on the jump. But also, I think like the defense overall not faltering and not letting him get his drive gauge back definitely helped. If they're not able to use level 2 to get refunded on their drive gauge to get back in the green, it kind of sucks for the Blanca player. It's like, dang, I did this activation, so I put it to the blender, but to get my green gauge back, it didn't get active right after that, right? If I can't do that, I'm getting close to burnout. I'm not making what needs to happen. That kind of sucks. But you did say in this interview, you said it was a great win. We were able to get Detonation Focus Me confused with our order. It was a great game. So I guess they're saying that I think the other team expected the way this order went. I don't know if I expect this order either in total. I thought we'd see Blanca and Anchor, but this worked out for them.
I mean, on paper, like we consider Blanca to be a character that's heavily weighted in the meta, but there's only like a handful of players really driving that meta for the character. So it's hard to justify. I think this order was fine. I think Hikaru with Aki just makes a lot more sense. Especially in the hands of someone like Hikaru, who's just well versed with the character a lot more and has like a lot more experience in the game of Street Fighter 6. So couldn't be mad at this order. I think if anything, it was against Detonation Focus Me, all things considered. Having Bondoban with such a clean record from last season and how much more dominant he's been playing against a lot of the league. A lot of the players in general in Japan, I would have thought that he would have stepped up to the plate.
やっぱアデリって去年の活躍もあってやっぱめちゃくちゃ強いんで。
It's lucky to say, Ida-san was the player I didn't want to play the most, and well, that's what happened today. Karu says, I was able to get my first win from John's mistake, but he came back for 2 more games. I was lucky I had a teammate who gave me advice for the match overall. So again, you know, the effort of having a team going back to being, you know, the team-based element that is Street Fighter League. It's great because you can confer with other people and be like, what should I do here? What do you guys see? Because they could be the eagle eyes that maybe catch things that you didn't catch during the match.
It's just very interesting advice because all things considered, I don't think the fireballs were thwarted by Bakai. Mostly, I think there was only like one instance where it really got blown up and then the others were just kind of out of range. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but there's obviously a lot more advice that was kind of given towards Hikaru, I would imagine, during the timeout session, right? We don't get the full context of it. So whatever it was, it helped out. That timeout coming in from being down 2-1 was so, like, genuinely, like, obviously so impactful.
Well played. I mean, again, Aki still out here, still showing her stuff. And again, winning World Warrior 1, or was it 2? Excuse me, it was 2 for Hikaru. Winning that has to be like emboldening for you to come into the Street Fighter League. Like, yo, I'm that person sitting outside the league. And that probably also instills a lot of trust for the team. Like, okay, if you're godlike out there, we can put you in the anchor position. You're a long-standing member. You've been here before. You know what the energy's like. You know what to do. You're not scared of anything. Even with a new banner, you're still the same person, the same sort of dog. You get that dog in a 30 points. What Riddle's going to leave with today. It's quite a bit. Then it should focus with 10. Not too bad. Not leaving with 0, but definitely wanted more than that.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do in the next day.
弱点っていうかむずい。
Could be worse, right? It could be a full blowout. No spoilers. But, all things considered, Detonation Focus Me, when you look at how they perform in the previous season, I think this is just fine. Just brushing off your shoulders a little bit. Just brushing off your shoulders. Totally fine getting 10 points. But that pretty much concludes our very first matchup, Detonation Focus Me. Not too bad, genuinely, against the new kids on the block, Little Order. I'm loving the way that they've put their team together. I love the attitude behind each and every one of the players. I have a lot of hopes coming in for that squad. And just overall well-rounded, right? Like, the roster, in terms of, like, the players, cool, but the character selection, I think, is pretty damn hard to contest. Granted, I haven't really seen how much Ed has kind of suffered. Like, on paper, I've seen it and heard about it. I haven't seen it fully applied just yet. We lost a couple of mains, but still, like, if you play good, you play good. And I think Ed could still have a chance, especially in the league. But, it's all about the team cohesion, right? 8 strong together. Speaking of which, Tayo doing a phenomenal job of bringing together the league each and every one of these seasons as the main sponsor going into Street Fighter League Japan. And I love it, man. You're going to see exactly why. When that commercial goes up, I'm staying in my seat and I'm just losing it. Because, dude, the little chimpanzee that comes up and starts, like, tapping his hands like he's, like, pressing buttons. Not chimpanzee. I think it's like a baby ape. Total difference. But I still think it's hilarious. But Tayo Holdings currently has a current campaign going on where those that are eligible to do so can participate. Go over to Capcom_esports and also at Tayo_HD for more information on the campaign itself. You have a chance to win pretty much like a full roster from both divisions. Like, you get the full team checky signed. That's pretty cool.
That's super sick. What's also super sick is Suzuki coming through. They've been supporting entire esports community over here for Street Fighter and Street Fighter League as well. And you've seen their bikes over at Evo. You've seen over at Capcom Cup. I'm sure you're going to see them at multiple events. And I hope they have more. I hope they have more styles. They're super sick. And also super sick was Larry, honestly, putting it out. Having proper specs for a fighting game is kind of hard sometimes to find the proper machines, but they got it in space. You've tested it. It's been battle tested by Boss. If that's the case, I'm with it. The players also have been using it too as well. So to know that I can just put in the game and it's going to work right off the rip, they got us like that. That's great. And also they've been supporting the scene, so it's good to see that they have the love for the FGC, just like they have the love for people like Jack, not like me, but Jury fans out there.
Yeah.
Box. Come on, okay, this theme shell. Okay, I would never buy this.
I know it. The Street Fighter people know it. You're a big Jury fan. And for 2 reasons, 10 many reasons, I don't know about all that. Cole, you're not beating the allegations, man.
Oh, sorry, I said that. Disgusting. Anyway, y'all see the specs right here. They're looking great. Like, you're not gonna have any issues playing Street Fighter 6. And again, I know people had, some wonderment of like, oh man, is my computer gonna be able to run this or not? Is it this and that? Knowing that you're gonna put the game, it's gonna work is great. And also Geek League out here supporting Street Fighter League. Once again, they were part of their division before. I see them still in the background helping out with the league is super fantastic. I love that we're getting all this love from endemic sponsors that are seeing what the FGC is about. Now, what's about to happen next is more Street Fighter League team battles coming up. People know it's the Oja versus Good 8 squad, the goodest boys in the cut. Nagoya might have a secret weapon. They brought a new player pulling up in the form of a Bison. And I'm super excited, obviously. I'm a little biased on that one. But Good 8 squad, also question mark with that one. Who is Garrett going to play? It could be Jury, it could be Bison. Who knows? We'll see after this break.
休憩の後、新町2名古屋 NTP 王者対グッドイートスクワットの模様をお届けしてまいります。再開は8分後、20時18分頃を予定しております。それでは一旦失礼します。
ゴリラとソルダーレジストは似ています。たくましい筋肉と骨格を誇り、戦わずして群れや仲間を守るゴリラ。絶縁域ソルダーレジストはミクロの薄さで強靭、湿気や熱、衝撃から世界中の電子基盤を守る科学。大切なものを守る強さです。 太陽ホールディングス。
その衝動はまだ言葉にならない未来だ。すべての挑戦者たちへ心揺さぶる瞬間を今その手に。ジ・アザーリアル。踏み出せその場所へ。ガレリア。
広がる世界幕開け。ゲームとデバイスを愛するすべての人へ不毛布のお店。
果たして誰が制するのか。
やる。
私is seeing like the newly revamped Nagoya NTP Oja. One of the questions I had for you before we get into the team intros, like just really quickly, what are the new cats on the block? I'm curious to see how he.
The results are starting to speak a little bit as some of these cats are cooking with this character. And wasn't familiar with Otani's Elena like that in full, so we'll see how it works out in the anchor position. But Mochi up first, I think, is a very strong choice. He could also be played in the anchor. Yeah.
だいぶこう堂々たる戦い。単純にやっぱり元々の
I thought it was still highly punishable. Am I tripping? I want to say like a lot more caution in the wind regarding approaching Rashid, even trying to like play that counter poke department, or even try to play like active defense, so to speak. I think having that crouching heavy punch B -4 is going to be such a big tool to kind of like reiterate, just to kind of hammer that in. But it's mostly Gachikun spacing with a character that's really difficult to track. We'll find out just why. Game 1 starting now. Nagoya NTP Oja versus Good 8 Squad. Good call on the -4, by the way. Good play.
You know, also to your point, like in terms of footsteps, the fireballs, Gachikun is so about that life, so you have to really deal with that promotion. Doesn't have the anti-airs on lock though. Already in there, not letting any projectiles go. Nice and meaty with the medium punch. A counter coming through, having to take Tatsu to maximize the damage. Frame kill gets the throw right after. Our defense like we're holding up though again. Damn near a perfect.
Round 2.
Pure destruction already. Mochi being able to command the pace so well. One of the biggest things that we do like to see is how much control he has with the fireball game. But Gachikun blowing it up at the cost of 2 bars, totally fine with that whirlwind shot and the follow-up afterwards. Being able to catch the jump back, now the forward throw. Gachikun revving on a couple of those engines we were looking forward to. Difficult to contest against the charged fireball. You never know when it's going to rip, but it's also like much faster to get to the level 2 and level 3 charge.
It is. Really good neutral tool where, you know, she kind of struggles in the first place. Has to use like OD fireball like that, so he can test the fireballs naturally. Drive rush crouching like it, it's close enough to get the extension, ends it with the knockdown, and then push him towards the corner, delay medium. Mochi want to take this throw, but can't take too much more. He's able to kick it up, but still has the enhancement. Dash up throw again. Always do it to him. Yeah, the dash up throw, so I can do that too. I can loop you too. It's harder for Rashid though, but you know, it's some good stuff.
Still able to do it successfully. You saw a counter hit on the side of Mochi's screen. And Gachikun getting punished again for the jump and approach. Actually, trying to react to the fireball primarily, but Mochi's been in the right spaces for the fireball trap. Throwing up the enhanced. Whirlwind shot. Very difficult to close the gap. Mochi has been playing at such a difficult space to even try to throw normals as well. I'm liking the pressure. Oh, that was a cross-cut jab attempt. You know it. That was a crouch jab instead.
That's fireball. Perfect parries. The Arabian Cyclone. Reset for the back throw. To take the extension. Puts him up in the corner. You hold this throw. The level 2 could be coming through. He actually goes for the offense of the forward heavy kick plus frames. Oh, level 2, lock him down. Using the fireball to do so.
As much as I like the blocks, I was gonna say Mochi looking a little bit dry. The punish counter too. Gachikun not letting any buttons fly under his radar. We talked about the immense defense that Gachikun had. Mochi was doing quite the same up until the last instance. Now, it was rather difficult to call. I was thinking about it like from Mochi's perspective. Going for the adamant flame, resetting to the back throw, I wish he could have gone into like a little bit more of a damaging sequence to intimidate Gachikun, but I understand like prioritizing the corner positioning from his side.
So ready. Perfect parry means. Arabian Cyclones disallowing any more pressure coming through. There's that crouch fierce as we mentioned, -4, spaced out. So that quite a bit to chunk away the drive gauge at minimum. Punish!
With punish.
All day, every day.
I like that bust out call for Mochi. Haven't seen it yet. And I love the pacing right now. Mochi too. I think he's the one kind of dictating the pace with the place that with the stance he's currently at, right? From that region, from that distance away from Gachikun. It's been very difficult for him to even try to throw out normals. He's looking for a whiff punish, right?
Behind the fireballs, jumps in, charge up way too long. Get the big deal with having it Tatsu. The jump back to get another effective range. We can fireball freely, jump in if need be. Sam Pierce Arabian Cyclone doesn't perfect parry that though, doesn't get the punish that he was looking for. So has a hefty lead. Seconds are winding down. The onus is on him to stop the obstinance right now. Odi fireball for the charge up. The blocks. Mochi not taking anything to chance right now at all.
Oh, and that was just Gachikun running right into the buffer. Standing like kick, drive rush cancel. Mochi looking rather strong in that first round. Oof. A little bit of a teaser, crush medium punch just whipping right in front of Gachikun, still being able to manage to find an opener. Into the level 2, this is going to be so critical to get Akuma into the corner.
Exposed.
Great defense
Finds
so
it
far.
with the medium
He
punch.
decided to press a button. Help me.
Oh, this man's getting an ambulance. Going for the throw. We tech that though. Charge up fireball again, looking for that variance to catch him off guard. Gachikun now with the jump, but the DP is there. The recovery on that is insane. The timing for Mochi to run that too as well.
I've been really cautious about like where he's throwing these fireballs. I like the conversion, the OD to pick up with the stand roundhouse afterwards, DP to cover the jump. This sets you up nicely for level 2. This could be game. Or it could be the round, I should say. DP! Dear Lord Almighty, that was clean as hell. Mochi with the anti-air DP cancel at the level 3. Night, son. We tied up. Damn. Hold that. You thought you could jump at me?
Mochi to survive the whirlwind, the storm that was coming at him, to get that DP off to level 3 with the confidence, dang.
Round 1.
Not gonna lie, man. That's some pretty damn good defense.
So I can survive.
I love the fact that we're seeing Mochi go pretty much dead even with Gachikun so far. Yet another fireball trap laid out for Gachikun. Very obvious sequencing too, being able to get caught like that. Trying to press a button after a plus normal against Gachikun, by the way.
Oh. Oh, fireball interrupts. A demon flip. Take that. A lot of advanced fireballs don't get jumped in on, don't get demon flipped on as well. All it takes is something lingering just for a little bit for Goki to get in. Tetsu throw right after. Yeah, he's getting low on the drop. He's got to have the perfect parry as much as he can. Mochi with the air fireball this time, met with the heavy mixer. Instead of going for the crouching medium punch that got him blown up before.
Oh, yeah. That was so smart. Gatsuku laying his own fireball trap against Mochi. Seeing the parry come out, he was absolutely ready. As soon as the whirlwind shot kind of whiffed in front of Akuma. Oh. I wonder if he would have been able to spinning mixer off of that dash through the cyclone. But either way, Mochi gets a big opener for round 2. Forward throw, catching the drive rush. Delaying the medium punch, and still catching Gatsuku. Oh, nice call too. Catching the walk back. Gatsuku is getting blown up sky high. Damn, that's a perfect. Brother, Mochi gets right every single time against Gatsuku's defensive choices.
Past attacks have just been absolutely red. Final game fought around right now. Gatsuku on the verge of throwing that level 2 up. Odie Fireball catches the drive rush. Has it up the corner. That defense again. Gonna be testing here. Double dashes, back dash, excuse me. In the level 2. Slowly walk them down like mixer. Finds the overhead for the pickup. Follow up. Is this enough to kill? On 9K health, maybe even more if need be, but that's the victory. That's perfect. And that's the level 2 backing him up. Gatsuku takes the first game.
Why did that spinning mixer do like abnormally high damage? Like the special move wasn't even finished yet, and then it just gripped a chunk of damage off of Mochi's health bar, or like Akuma's health bar towards the end. That was wild. I thought there was gonna be like one more sequence, perhaps, or like I couldn't even tell you, but that was such a funky instance. Nice call, yo. Gatsuku. What I like about it too is he's not reluctant to even try to go for like the overheads and sequences like that either, while the tornado was on top of you, right? Instead of just kind of going for the follow-ups like that, what we're seeing on the replay. That was such a good call towards like Mochi's pretty solid defense throughout the entirety of the set. I really like those variances on offense.
Yeah, that's what you have to have. I think if you have something that is almost as defensively minded as you see right there, doing jump back DP into the super was super sick. You have to have a lot of variance up the corner, and Rashid can do that. Level 2 can make anybody panic. Even the best is going to get opened up. And with 9K health, it's probably going to be a KO. Even with the damage that's dumped out here from Rashid, that actually may have cleared 10K. I don't know. I'll take a character. But either way, I'll lab that out a little bit later on. Gatsuku takes down Mochi in a pretty close set. That very last round. But who has to batter down the Bison is now the question. I want to see personally what Ugera has to offer with his DLC. I wonder what he's got for us. If it's him. Oh!
Sahara 選手。使用キャラクターは竜、操作タイププラス6となりました。
I was kind of there with you. I think Pugera has a lot of experience against the Bison matchup. He plays the character as well if need be, but I don't mind seeing Ryu up there for matchup purposes. And if anybody can adjust quite quickly, it is Sahara, right? He has been one of the fastest rookies to ever figure out the game, right? We just got exposed to him in 2025 with his debut into the CPT off of Blink Respawn. And he did a stellar job there, and it's just been climbing the ranks. And obviously, if you guys have been following along, our current Capcom Cup champion, right? It's right there on the title, Capcom Cup 12 champion, as on his profile, right? You know, he's got it on his socials. I'm sure he does. He's got it on his Instagram, perhaps. But all jokes aside, I just think the way he picks up games are just like so damn quick, absolutely wild. On the other hand, Raoyamu, brand new to the scene of Street Fighter League Japan, but has been making, I guess, significant waves with this Bison being able to get picked up by Nagoya NTP OJ.
If Nagoya NTP OJ is picking you up, you're a golden child. They did that with
それ
Mochi.
では試合を迎え
They've
る前
done
に
so before with Seiya. I feel like they've got a good eye for these up and comers. So someone like this cat is going to do some damage out here. And I've watched this. I've seen him even before that, like on CFN, because people will like play certain Bison players and ready for like matchups for like CPT events and stuff like that. He's definitely one of those. He just has a really firm understanding of the game overall. So when he makes defensive choices like rebuttal lights and things like that, like a Bare crouching light punch or whatever it may be, or like a wake up super, it's very, very informed. He plays other characters like from time to time, but he's definitely very active on his defensive calls. So I definitely trust him to go up against a very damaging opponent, a very pressure-heavy opponent like Ryu. But so I'm very curious to see how far this Ryu has gotten. I mean, it's one thing to beat Momochi's Jamie in the preseason, where everyone's just kind of feeling each other out a little bit. But it's another thing to be at League here with a brand new character and being the edge to the side.
I still think like Ryoyamu has like more pressure against him, right? Being the rookie, going up against Capcom Cup champion. No matter like how much you've been playing pretty much under the radar as Bison, can you compare to the like stacked pressure against you with this champion? I think he's been well under the reins and tutelage of his fellow teammates of Good 8 Squad. If it was enough to get him that championship in his first year of playing the game, then who knows, man? Who really knows?
Oh,
Sora's got a good mind for Shotos. He played Akuma before he went over to Ed. So, like, he also has an Akuma in the background. I don't think he's playing it like that, but he understands the Shoto game, the projectiles, fireballs, the low force, the DRCs, things like that. Even though Ed is so far out of that realm, he still had the Shoto mindset when he started this game. So he's going to definitely understand what to do. He said, it finally started. I don't want to do this, but I started playing Ryu, but I think I can show you guys better play today. Why did you say I don't want to do this? Ryoyamu said, it's my debut. Thank you to my team. I'll be playing. I'm so nervous, but I'll do my best. What's wrong with these cats?
I mean, for Ryoyamu, that's fair. That's a fair thing to say.
Yeah.
But for Sahara, I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is. Not gonna lie to you, man. Man's a millionaire. Here we go. Game number 1, Capcom Cup Champ, representing Good 8 Squad, Sahara with the Ryu, versus Ryoyamu, the rookie of Street Fighter League for NTB Oja. Nice stagger. Off of the lights for the conversion as well. Using the Psycho Crusher Ender. Baited!
Come on, we love this. Get the follow-up right after. Yes, sir, OD. Get the extension in a replant. Stomp, shuts down the reversal, the back heavy kick. That's around. Yo, if you nervous, you're not playing like it. That's sequencing right there.
Dawn. She beat the brakes off of Sahara in that first round. My man going downhill. ODVP at the reversal? Okay, Sahara. It must feel real good having like a proper 6-frame reversal, you know?
Sorry for your loss, man.
I'm not.
I've been playing
Ryu now, man. Yeah, my man's playing Ryu now.
Not with that protagonist power. Understandable.
Again.
In the corner, 4 years. Plus Frame City, don't kick the fake outs. Ryoyamu not fighting though.
Oh. Not the normal. He wanted to use stuff out. The drive rush attempt. Oh, man. Ryoyamu gets it. Actually, no. I think Sahara survives by a pixel. This could be a little bit tough. Perhaps. A little bit more than a pixel.
Why a little bit? But walk up and say, too confident. It interrupted. Yo.
That was a little too close for comfort. Now we've kind of equaled out the final round of game 1. 0 bars to both players. Dude, Ryoyamu is the truth, dog.
Oh, man, look at that walk underneath, getting the punish counter jab starter. That's his way to anti-air. I like that adjustment. Bomb is off, but the damage is done here. The bar back, though. Careful now. The whole pair gets some of these fireballs. So forward, stand fierce. Don't kick chunky way at the drive cage.
Gonna maintain the charge, perhaps he wanted the Psycho Crusher. Either way, drive rush to jump scare Sahara. No big conversions off of that second crouching medium punch. Damage left on the table, but Sahara's gonna take his time. Although he's running into a handful of different normals, Rayamu is just having so much control and dominance in the mid-range. Medium kick, being a big spacing tool against Sahara. OD uppercut yet again out of pressure. Crosscut DP, totally fine with Rayamu. He'll pay that life.
Easily. He's holding his charge. Too many baits. Allows for the stock with the engine. Nice game right now. Both lead the territory, the trade. Rayamu goes in, face up the drive reversal, takes the turn. Stomp is there, trying to get the jump. It's blocked out. You can't take too much more. The walk back, fade away and play. Had him dead to right to the corner in the first place. Sahara still at the break, bringing it back down. We was still looking good though, I gotta admit. This is a real one.
It's so funny to see like how he has to adapt towards like closing the gap against opponents in comparison to the way he used to play with so much control midstream in his head, right?
More donkey kick, more forward fierce, natural kick. Punish!
Yeah, way too close. Punch it in! Yeah, Rayamu's getting locked down in this corner quite consistently. Sahara's not giving him any sort of openings whatsoever. It's been 2 back-to-back errors and not the right call. Now he's spending meter to get out of the corner, but it's totally fine. He does get a little bit of a shimmy. Crouching medium punch, and is able to apply the bomb. Sahara's going to be backing away from it and still gains drive gauge off of that, pairing the offensive approach. Rayamu pretty much a strike throw situation, so that's kind of tough to even try to manage.
Yeah, go for damage like bombs. You go for like a lot of these scissor kick reset scenarios. Sahara surviving them. Backstep, forward fierce, almost connected, but still gets the plus frames regardless. Up in the corner where Bryson does not want to be. Reversal jabs, I like that. Understand there's a gap in between. Forward throw. I respect heavy kick. Caught him playing something, but played himself with a bomb on him. A parry attempt right there.
In hot pursuit, back-to-back throws. Drivers again. No, that was a counter hit. Oh no. Just need one medium kick for Rayamu to get the round. Plenty of time for Sahara to work with though. If he wants to amass his comeback, he can, by the way. Full drive gauge and critical art territory. Ooh, great block on the overhead. Uh-oh. Don't get caught. Do not get caught this way. What a backdash. Rayamu with the call of his life. Genuinely the call of his life.
Stay in the game. My man Zephas in the corner is pretty damn good. I love bust frames. 3 back heavy kick sneaks in the crouching light kick. Something small, but a lot of quarter carry. We're out of there though. DP level 3. Give me that drive gauge. We'll be back in the green. Rayamu has a lot to work with. He's got that level 3, so he's got far for defense if he needs it. Haven't seen a bust out. You'd rather not do it like that. You'd rather use it for offense. For a bomb late combo.
Oh. Narrowly avoiding the jab DP, going for the double reverse. Hasn't really been much of an opening for Rayamu. Forward ult. Interruption. Oh, that's huge. But it's got it with the scissors first. I don't know about the conversion, Cola. It's not gonna kill per se, but it pushes Sahara towards burnout. He's still got 1 bar of super. Okay, I think that's all right for Rayamu. I think going in OD Psycho Crusher, although if Sahara was buffering level 1, I think that smokes it, no?
I think so. I feel like level 1 would have smoked that before.
It should.
I'd have to see that interaction. But at the same time, though, maybe not the most optimal combo, but at least get the burnout to put him in that scenario where he didn't have any drive gauge to fight with. Rayamu's got the right, he just has to put everything together. Like the whip punish is there, but no bomb right after, no buffer of that right after. Unfortunate. It's kind of hard, though. A lot going on. Knockdown. Give it a toss. He's crushing me a bunch. Get that throw though, get another bait. Parries and gets a scissor kick. He'll probably the bomb he's gonna have to here. It's gonna help slow things down, help him get his bar back, or so I thought. The sweep. It doesn't matter. Royami's been again making up these 4 frames when he wants these jabs.
Great block.
Having the proper timing in between some of these strings, man.
Round 2. Fight.
Still finding the opening down below, and it's counter against Rao too. Jump back jab, we'll take that.
This from the head days, man.
Ooh, give me that! Number 1, you're still a throwaway.
Okay, final round. So there's a lot of bar here to East Wyoming. He's gonna go for the drive reversal off the rib, lowering the drive gauge. So Sahara with punish, but a slight one with that stand medium kick. Nothing hefty. Walks in for the medium, gets the target combo, sticks in the crouching light kick right after. Caught him standing, but Sahara wakes up with a back throw. He ran right into the crouching medium punch. Oh, this is lethal territory if he hits that OD on the Cycle Crusher. The walk underneath
The
again.
walk under.
That's how we're anti-airy. Oyamu.
Dude, Rao Yamu was making all the right calls against Sahara's movement. Not quite dead though. Again, tough to climb. At death's door, the slide hezzy. Rao Yamu with the pop. The low medium kick counter hit against Sahara, taking down the current Capcom Cup champ. What a debut for Nagoya NTB Hojo, Rising Star rookie. What a beast. What a beast.
I would love to know what he's saying. I would love to know what he's popping off with right now. He hit him with the... The idea to walk underneath and jab things on the way down instead of going for a crouch fierce that might get jumped in on. The reversal jabs in between strings where he knows it's fake, or the reads against Sahara. It always have that charge to have that Cycle Crusher leave outside the corner. The calls like this, and when he can apply the back heavy kick, also continuously, and then snipe with a crouching light kick, these things all led up to a fantastic bout for him. You got moments where he's getting smoked because that happens. You know, you don't have a defense. You want to spend like level 1. Even like right there, like Sahara neutral jump, maybe thinking level 1 was coming through. He's like, I'm going to hold my bar for level 3. I want my damage. I want it for offense. I don't want it for defense in that way. And maybe the combo's going to be a little bit more optimal here and there. Whatever. You took that W, dog. Damn.
That is so wild to see. A huge difference in demeanor coming in from Rao Yamu's Bison in comparison to like all the other Bisons that we've seen like throughout this point in time. I think he's got such a good game sense towards like when he wants to utilize movement and predict one of the opponents trying to play a little bit more of like a control style game. Granted, there were moments where he threw out numerous scissor kicks that were going to be punishable, but taking those risks a couple of times over in case somebody was trying to like throw out a normal or even move forward, I get that. The punishes were light regardless too, so I think those are errors he wouldn't mind throwing into the wind. Very impressive, man. I am blown away.
So we got another game to go. 10 to 10 right now. All comes down to this. Another 30 to 10, but what side will take it? As Kawano steps up with the Luke, he said, I want a little bit more health. I want a few more buffs with my character. I want to go back to season 1. I want to be in that Shoto Summer type light, you know? And honestly, his Luke is looking fantastic. We saw over at CEO. We've seen... I feel like on his stream, he's been practicing this character a lot. And I'm very curious to see how this matchup's going to go. I don't really get to see this unless it's like Noah playing Levi Hakai. Like, that's really the only time I get to see this, or at least as of the past week, and that hasn't really happened that much. So I want to see what happens over here in the land Japan. Obviously, different players and different play styles. See what they give us.
So I'm curious. So I have also kind of seen this a small handful of times between Noah and Levi, and also Levi's been kind of going through like the other characters that he has in his repertoire. But I guess in terms of like the way Kawano plays, like what is your opinion regarding like the matchup between Luke and Elena in this current season in terms of Otani and Kawano?
In the hands of at least Kawano, like from what I see from him, like so we've always known him to have like, especially with like Akuma, some of the best active defense. Like if Banshin has great defense in terms of blocking things out and chilling, Kawano just knows when to DP, ODDP damn near perfectly. I feel like he's like one of the best at doing that in reversal jab and wake up. You have a character that can survive more of those moments too as well. So I think his defense is good. My thing is in this matchup overall, even outside like the players and what they play, or, like their play styles, the medium range, I feel like it's kind of dominated a little bit by Elena, no? I feel like her buttons are really good. You have to kind of drive rush jab still. Like you have stand medium punch for Luke, you have light punch. But in terms of the range, I feel like Elena kind of claims that. However, Luke's fireballs are really good. And Kawano loves the fireball. He's good at throwing out the fireball traps and things like that and spacing them out so well that it's hard to get through the myriad of fireballs that he throws out. And then if he gets the counter, it's a knockdown at minimum, right? So he gets the space, the dash up. So with that being in the mix, I think if this fireball game is tight, he'll be all right. I think if that is the case, I think Otani's going to have a very difficult time trying to maneuver around both those things, the normals and the projectiles.
I mean, Elena does have like maneuverability against like fireballs as well. There is like
it's true.
I want to say I think there's been a lot more players that have thoroughly adjusted towards like the animation of like Luke's fireball to sort of react and like jump it or even like utilize special moves to kind of go through it. But at certain distances, it makes it that much harder. So we'll see if that's actually properly utilized from the side of Otani. My biggest concern is that I feel like Otani has not really progressed since the first time we've seen him. Like he was one of the most dominant Ken players in season 1, right? He won like a few exhibitions coming out the woodwork from Japan. He was held as like one of the Ken players to watch, even in like Topanga League season 1 of Street Fighter 6. And then watching him play over in the previous season SFL, he didn't have like the best record that we were anticipating from him. But switching over to Elena, maybe this is his like redemption arc.
We'll see. Wano, as I said, a lot of experience in this match. I'm sure he plays Dogra quite a bit. Now getting the hard knockdown. Russ had the range of getting that immediate heavy kick. Saw the screen shake. You better wait, not play a button.
I'm liking the mid-range too that Otani's kind of playing that forward roundhouse, kind of catching a lot of the counters against Kawano. But you talk about that fireball also just being so detrimental to like Otani trying to move forward. Or even trying to throw out normals. Look at that. All the damage primarily coming in from fireballs this round.
It really is. Timing, interrupt. Kawano introducing that medium kick and poking. Simple Poke's got such a big lead too as well. How annoying this is.
So maybe I was wrong about trying to react to fireball against Luke. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's just like certain players, I don't know what it is, certain regions. But I see mad people getting jumped on, and like mad Luke players getting jumped on in the America region. But, you know, looking at it right now, it's kind of tough, bro.
I think it's the other buttons, though. Like, the standard kick is locking him down. I mean, it's annoying because every so often there's something else that happens. It's like, it's not just fireball, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a regional thing.
Medium kick is a little bit problematic too, right? Oh. Great block on the overhead. Otani still trying to stick it out within the medium range. But Kawano, again, the big deterrence is that medium kick, right? And then right back into the fireball game. Otani's looking to back up a little bit. There we go. The reason why he's backing up, he doesn't want his drive gauge to get shipped any further, but it gives Kawano the green light to move on forward. Not going to green light into the level 3, though, just yet. Knew that wasn't going to kill. Not worth trying to get the drive gauge back. more so to apply pressure instead.
He's timing. Oh my
No,
god.
y'all tech.
The
Y'all
shit
tech.
he's timing,
Y'all
bro.
tech too. Everybody in the room, everybody in the chat, us two at the commentary desks, or our own respective desks, we all tech. That was nasty.
Bro, Kawano is playing evil right now. Absolutely villainous.
Evil.
The way he
Evil
is
Knievel.
moving, the way he is switching up his pressure, it's like fireballs. And he'll just drive rush, try to go for like an overhead. Or he'll do like walk up light kick or whatever. And then you try to initiate, and then another fireball hits you. You're knocked down. Either he'll walk up or he'll drive rush. It's like, what are these timings? What are you doing, bro? Like the economy of what he's doing, his buttons, his rhythm, it's all like in 3 or 4 different pieces. And Otani's like, bro, I can't even play my big, long, beautiful buttons that I have that Elena's supposed to use. I can't even roll. You're in my face. I can't roll. I can't even jump. You back up so I can hit DP. What do I do? I can't do anything.
I can't. It's too difficult. It's too difficult. And the thing is, right, like the suggestion for roll isn't going to be a thing. Link Song doesn't have the type of projectile invulnerability that you would expect it to. Because Luke's fireball travels so fast and comes out relatively quickly, the invincibility doesn't kick in for Elena until like the 11th frame or so. So you're hitting double digits, right? You would have to do that preemptively more than reactionary. That's one of the biggest things that we also highlighted in the previous season when we saw cats like Kazunoko, sorry, who was it? I'm blanking out right now. Either way, the other Elena players in Division S.
The other way.
It wasn't Bonchan. It was dude. It was probably Dogura. Actually, now I think about it, it's either Dogura or Sakunoko. Either way, before I digress.
Oh yeah.
I don't think is practical nor even like truly possible for an Elena player to react to Luke's fireball with roll. Even if they did, they wouldn't find success with it because it's not frame 1, not even frame 3 or frame 5. You're not getting that type of utility against fireballs from the range that Kawano's playing at and the speed that Luke throws his fireballs. It's just not practical. Genuinely.
It's on. And I think on top of that, even if you try to make that prediction, it's hard because he keeps changing up his spacing, what he's doing with his buttons right after. It's never like, oh, he's in one spot throwing a fireball, so I could predictably adjust and throw it out like this. Kawano's just getting even more and more active to throw even more things in the mix. Like, he's playing this insane. Do we say to the Elena, or do we switch to the other characters that he has? Can't stick with Elena still. I'm surprised. All right.
Wait, off of the neutral jump? Just to check a normal? That was godlike from Kawano. That was kind of sick. Stand jab too, moving mad far. Luke looks so much fun this season, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
There's pressure. Caught him trying to walk forward and play a button, crouching medium punch. Catches some. Is it with a DP? Extra damage on that this season?
That's true.
Oh, you're too close.
Punish counter. Not quite dead. A little delay on the grab on the side of Kawano. I couldn't tell you what that roll was. Maybe anticipating a fireball. Kawano now actually not throwing as many fireballs in that round, by the way. I don't even think he threw one.
He's just like doing empty round start button. Now he's throwing a few more fireballs right now. No. Becoming the fireball, drive rush 4 appears, back throw. So much dominance.
Becoming the fireball. The new Netflix documentary, Becoming the Fireball, starring Luke Sullivan.
I'd watch that.
I would too.
Oh, better watch your toes. That heavy kick, that's plus as hell. That wasn't close, but I like the button he chose. He went for the Stampede kick to keep prodding him up in the corner. Interruption with a knockdown. Look at that. You are caught up in the corner. Miz is beyond lethal with one interaction. There's the jabs. It's going to be a level 3. Send him to Memphis. No, level 2, pardon me. You stay Opti out here.
Damn, son. The timeout no longer on the table. Otani either sticks to the Elena or changes it up to another character. But this is looking just so in Kawano's favor. Back to the lane we go. Hasn't found an answer towards Kawano just yet.
Man, I feel like the test has just gotten longer. He hasn't found answers, and the test just keeps adding more questions. Kawano, game point.
Yeah, this has been so commanding from the side of Kawano too, right? He's had so many different like variations of the strategies going in from like round to round and game to game, to be honest with you.
Corner, horn. As soon as there's a wake up again, Kawano's one of the best at busting out. It's so hard to read what he wants to do. There's a button or ODTP. It's a stay fierce to the fireball. He is chunking away the drive gauge and soon the help. The counter rate does help out here for Otani. Safaki down. Off the back out. Stays pressing before Otani could press, able to recover in time to stay fine, get his button off the jabs. It's that point for Kawano.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the things Otani's been trying have not been working out. I think that previous round was the closest he's had to actually being within contest for Kawano. All right, well, we got a pretty important start for this side of Otani. Level 3, forcing the burnout as well against Kawano. Damn, what a stop to the drive rush, even after the parry.
And
Ooh. Oh, that's huge. That's huge for Kawano. Touching grass hit again. In lethal territory, by the way, with 2. Overhead! Oh, no. Right above the noggin. Otani, despite getting that level 3 out, it wasn't enough to intimidate Kawano. Couldn't score the knockdown, couldn't apply Oki, couldn't even get corner positioning. Ouch, man.
I can't lie, you played that amazing. Again, adding so many more things as the match went on, so many more variables, and the timings of when he's throwing out the fireball. Sometimes he'd do like fireball, sometimes he'd stand fierce a fireball, sometimes he'd just do stand fierce, no fireball to follow up. Sometimes like, bro, what are you doing next? If you do the fireball, I get knocked down trying to play a button. If you don't do it, I take like my turn, but it's too late. There's too much going on. And when he did get those knockdowns that you mentioned, the moments for Oki, there was a moment where he could have got that Sam medium kick right after, right? Bam, ODDP. As per mentioned, Kawano is one of the best at hitting those reversals on wake up. And I think part of that is him playing Akuma. You know, you dive, you make a mistake with that. So his reads are immaculate. But it's transferred over to a character like this that can survive even longer. And clearly is fitting his style right now. Dang.
Dog, Kawano is so hard to fight against, man. He really is. He is just so fast. Not even just like adapting towards like what you're trying to do, but also finding the solution towards what you want to do much faster than you could even like you can even ever think about it. Otani getting shut out in the lights. Unfortunate as it is, it hurts even more that he was in the anchor spot. I want to see like how he evolves from that going forward with his Elena play, but we gotta tell it as it is. Good 8 squad coming in with a big 30 bomb against Nagoya NTB Ojo with 10. Again, not bad, not a full blowout. It's still day 1 of Division F. Still gotta keep your head up. One of the more important factors here, I mean, Mochi having a great development of his Akuma play, kind of like having a lot more control over it, and also like he could be a pretty significant factor going forward. I think that Akuma played quite well against Gachikun, bringing it down to the wire. Great intel coming in from Rao Yamu, taking down Sahara against his Ryu. I don't know if it was like a Ryu thing, but still having the nerve and still like the composure to take it down against the Capcom Cup champ in his first ever match, his debut in the Division F. Super important. And we haven't even seen Seiya play yet as one of the more powerful Chun-Li's in the roster. So still a lot of potential coming in from NTP Oja.
That's true. In the reverse, though, today's squad has a lot of potential on their side of things. If Sahara can get his Ryu perfectly right, it would be difficult for the other players out there. I mean, there's definitely some things to clean up. I know he knows this obviously as well, but it definitely looks like it's a fully formed one. It just needs to add a little bit more in terms of closeouts and things like that. But I do think that this is a good select for him. He has that Shoto style in him. And Pukera, we don't even know who he plays, bro. He did say he was testing Viper. He said for CEO to be the vice in the jury, but you know, in the heat of Street Fighter League, might have something different for people out here, or certain matches or players. So I'm definitely curious to see what he's gonna be running when he does appear, when he's able to play. The team says, Graham himself, excuse me, says the team was really good. Dutchman had a good start. Sahara was unfortunate, but his moves were good. Kawano was fluid in his moves. Kawano was moving and moving. My man was foot on butter, bro. That's my man just gliding around. All right, Kawano, by the way, said the Elena pick. This is previously. Shoes on butter. Anyway, Kawano was fluid
I see your
in his
agenda.
movements. You saw it in the matchup. Yes, you saw it in the matchup. How movement-based he was.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my composure here, man. I'm trying, man. No, you're right. I think just the strategies implemented, I think that was like really well composed from the side of Kawano, right? Like having the strategy prior towards what Elena wants to do, and also like forcing Otani to adapt faster than he could really process it was top notch. I think just Kawano already had the perfect intel on Otani. There was nothing more to kind of emphasize. He just had him downloaded before the match even started, and it felt like that. It genuinely felt like that.
相手のキャラクターというよりも自分たち高め合うような今パートナー
They're also a little bit confused about Otani's pick. They said they're thinking about the order. They said they'll be ready for anything. Ken, Luke, Terry. Which Otani does kind of dabble back and forth with in terms of like the Shotos. They're not ready for the Elena, but they were ready for the Elena because Kawano had tons of practice against that character and also how to play against that person. Gotchkun says, I was confident in the matchup. I was able to practice against Tosu. Really happy for the win. I'm guessing he means Mochi. There's a litany of Akuma players out there in Japan that still play the character, like Eita especially, who is still rocking that character. So you can go anywhere and find Goki practice. You know, that character is going to be everywhere, I think, in Japan.
Yeah, I mean, like Tosu is also another like Akuma player, so he was able to get that practice.
期待してます。
頑張ってください。お疲れ様でした。
そして
And Gotchkun's always like looking for sets, and he's very open about his practice sessions on his streams. Like he does a lot of grinding, also offline on his CFN. I think he's one of the few that don't necessarily do any big like grinding matches with like a secondary CFN. But proof is in the pudding, man. Gotchkun has definitely had a lot of practice against a lot of different players, and he openly shows it off.
ディビジョンの中にいないですもんね、エレナって。
CSR said that he's sorry for his loss, but his team is really strong. If he's able to win the next episode, they'll be even stronger. And that's one of those cases where like he's just slightly below other people who've been playing their characters for a lot longer. I mean, for Kwano's case, he's been playing Luke in season 1, so we just had to dust things off, get back on the new things. Gotchkun's been playing Rishi and won't ever play any other character. And Pugera didn't get to play, so we don't know what's going to happen with him. But Sahara, you know, he recognizes that he can just pull himself up, the entire team will be strong. So I'm definitely excited to see how this Ryu is going to evolve. And if we'll play Akuma, honestly, I'm actually kind of excited to see if he will go with any other characters. I know that he had just mainline head at the very end, man, but I just want to see that Akuma. His Akuma was mad good. It was so good,
but his Luke is just like it's so much cleaner, man. Like even before Akuma had come out for Kawano, like it's just like it's like a match made in heaven. Because now he gets to play the character he also played over in the tail end of 5, right? It feels like reminiscent of Street Fighter League Japan of past. Like we all know him for his Colleen for sure, but like I mean, dude, his Luke was such a powerhouse. So seeing him back on the character, it's kind of it's kind of reminiscent of the glory days, but we can't say the glory days, right? Because Kawano was still like evolving and rediscovering his new era of prime. But it's man, he's looking so stellar with his Luke. We even saw it over at CEO not too long ago. But what do you think about Sahara switching over to Sagat instead of Ryu? I feel like Sagat's type of control would fit Sahara's playstyle a little bit more. Especially with the normal
I
stance.
think it would. You know what? His Sagat wasn't too terrible when I watched it, but I think the speed that he wants to play at when he starts turning up requires something a little bit more with the Hashogekis and stuff like that. Quicker, slightly quicker buttons that Ryu presents, like Stand Fierce and all that stuff like that. So maybe his Akuma was good too, but I don't think there's any reason to play Akuma when you have such a good Ryu. Ah man. I think you should just stay the course with Ryu. Get this to the fullest extent and rock it like that. Honestly, I think Ryu can be top tier out here. I mean, this is all. This guy can play whatever character he wants, you know. So I'm gonna trust in his decision. I wouldn't mind seeing Sagat because I'm a big Sagat fan. I think the Ryu pick is the way to go. Full on, full on.
I hope so. I genuinely hope so, right? He'll always have like the fundamentals towards like a lot of the matchups and what to expect. But he's just gonna be playing without the active defense, without the control from like the ranges that Ed can play it, and that's what scares me the most. Like, you can get carried to a certain degree with your fundamentals, but then it really comes down, especially in the league, it really comes down to like how much you really understand how to pilot your own character. So we'll see how that plays out. I mean, he got one game out of the 3 presented against Raoyamu. Raoyamu being the rookie, so a lot to learn from, a lot to kind of work with as a big wake-up call going into the next couple of matches. Granted though, Good 8 Squad still walking away with a W, 30-10. Not bad. Not bad at all by any means. Good 8 Squad looking to continue on their path to greatness here in Division F. Really huge waves being made from both teams, but as it stands, we got to go into the next matchup a little bit after this. But so far, it's been Riddle Order. It's been Good 8 Squad. Back-to-back similar results. Up next, we're going to have our marquee matchup. It's going to be Varel versus Reject. A little bit of internal conflict, if you think about it. But not before shouting out our sponsors. Varmilo coming through with a brand new project, throwing in the leverless side, and damn, look at the amount of buttons on this bad boy. One of the things I do admire from the side of Varmilo is their compactness in terms of like the dimensions of the leverless itself being very convenient to travel with. I think it's one of my favorite things to kind of travel with, at least from what I've seen and have borrowed from a couple of players that I do know that have a Varmilo in hand. One of the coolest things about Varmilo is seeing how much they've progressed and also showing off their wares on an international level, and for good reason, right? It's been a very, very compact stick to travel with, and also not bad looking aesthetically. I'm liking their designs.
At all. I mean, beautiful. I would like to see them at more tournaments. I hope they get to have more of their wares, like specific events and things like that. Seeing that Evo was super sick. You can see it right there, as you mentioned, the millions of buttons. I might have to play some other games with this contraption because I don't know how you use all these buttons for a fighting game. But the fact that you can have like the variants and will fit, it feels like anybody's hands because you have all these buttons. It's like a great idea. It's like, okay, cool. If you have a bigger hand, maybe you'll move your hands more to the right. You have a DI button still as well. If you have smaller hands, you fit it elsewhere. So maybe having extra buttons is great. And they have the ability to be able to just pop it off. That again, they had to have had somebody that's a fighting game person, or many people be like, hey, this is what you need to have on your controls. This is what you have to do. Either the person that owns it, or they know a ton of people, they've consulted with a lot of people, and maybe a combination of all that. You can definitely tell that they care about the FGC. Having things like that, we just pop the buttons off instead of just opening it up and then trying to pop them out the old-fashioned way. That's amazing.
Yeah, I gotta eventually pick one up for myself and test it out. But on the other hand, too, one of the things I am looking forward to is seeing how the Rexa stands up to every other gaming monitor so far, right? They have had so many specs and also a lot of, I want to say, like, I've kind of looked into it a little bit. It's been climbing up the ranks lately, and it makes it for an excellent sponsor for Street Fighter League Japan. Looking forward to seeing if I could test it out myself once I hit Japan in September. But one of the things that I told Senkola about, brother, dude, the Red Bull having a resealable top, that thing is clutch. I'll tell you what, man. Like I had the luxury to try it out. I'm like, you know how convenient it is to walk around and reseal my Red Bull. It's pretty damn clutch.
So I'm going to Japan in September also. So I am making it first priority to get one of these. I need it. I need it in my life. No more top of the can. I'm spilling everywhere. I'm in there with the top. I'm in there with the top.
新しいレッドブルを楽しみながら
Right on.
Hold me,
Right on.
hold me true, chat. Hold me true. You know.
お知らせは以上です。
If I were to guess, perhaps your trip would probably be maybe in Nagoya, perhaps after Tokyo. But either way, I'll figure that out later. As of now, we're getting ready for match number 3, Veril versus Reject. We'll see you right after this.
8分後を予定しております。それでは一旦失礼します。
ゴリラとソルダーレジストは似ています。たくましい筋肉と骨格を誇り、戦わずして群れや仲間を守るゴリラ。絶縁陰気ソルダーレジストはミクロの薄さで強靭、湿気や熱、衝撃から世界中の電子基盤を守る科学。大切なものを守る強さです。太陽ホールディングス。
その衝動はまだ言葉にならない未来だ。すべての挑戦者たちへ心揺さぶる瞬間を今その手に。ジ・アザーリアル。踏み出せその場所へ。ガレリア。
広がる世界幕開けゲームとデバイスを愛するすべての人へ不毛布のお店。
ゴリラとソルダーレジストは似ています。たくましい筋肉と骨格を誇り、戦わずして群れや仲間を守るゴリラ。絶縁陰気ソルダーレジストはミクロの薄さで強靭、湿気や熱、衝撃から世界中の電子基盤を守る科学。大切なものを守る強さです。太陽ホールディングス。
レッドブル翼を授ける。レッドブル翼を授ける。
New year, new season, more Street Fighter League action. And that's everything. Andy Walker in the corner needs to find a way. And that's completely whipped. 6 teams, 24 players to fight for a spot at the Street Fighter League World Championship. Perfect parry, it's immediate punish. Present that SFL Europe 2025 trophy to our back-to-back champions NIP.
Here comes a new challenger. World Tour. Fighting breath. Battle Hall. Local violence match.
Nobody can stop me. Hit it, I'm on gold. Send it all you foes. Once I'm on the road, I'm knocking out of the door. I have to reach. If you wanna come and stand up to me, pull up on me now.
Street Fighter 6.
Meaning you can build that level 2 if need be, pop them up and send them back into the power. Geyser! Ooh! Oh! No shot!
The fly cycle not backing down. He wants to get the Don't do it. He got plenty of time, and that's gonna do it. The ticket is cash.
Our marquee matchup of the night. Ooh, there's going to be a lot of conflict on this one. It's Team Varel versus Reject. It's going to be unpredictable, but one thing's for certain. Varel now coming out of the woodwork with a brand new cast. Starting things off with Wabiichi, the man who's making big waves over in Japan and also internationally. Followed by Prince of the Rapids, my man Mizuha, as always, looking as stunning as he is when it comes to his gameplay as well. It's crazy to see. It's absolutely insane to see. Our current CEO, 2026 champion, Hokido, all barrel man, an old trustee, the captain, the 2D god, Mago, as our final member to compose Team Varel. This is one of the most stellar lineups we could ask for. I'm also feeling really good. Okay, hold on. My man went from traditional Mago 2D god to a slight Waluigi look. We got the mustache on him? Hell yeah. I like this. We got the Waluigi. What?
On the home side, though, it's time to reject your limits, people. Reject comes back with new faces, new characters, and a brand new look. Reject was the team that took it in the end of the Street Fighter League World Championship last year. And of course, Street Fighter League Japan looking to do so again this year. Let's take a close, deep dive look at Reject. Starting it off, the little Titan. He now pulling up with the Sagat to see what it got, but also with the Ryu to see what it do. After that, it's the fourth rise. It's Yas, another Ryu practitioner, the technician with that character. He's bringing a lot of tech as well as a lot of power. After that, attack with heavy tank. Fudo with a litany of characters. He's got 4 in the menu. Let's see what he pulls out here at Street Fighter League Japan. And last but definitely not least, it's the beast that's gonna feast. It's Daigo the Beast pulling up, newly reinvigorated after having a big bout with Mena RD. This season, Reject looks a little different, but that danger, that Avengers level threat, it's still there. It's still there, people.
I'm so excited to see this version of both teams. Genuinely, right? It's like two brothers going at it is what it feels like, right? You have the OGs of Mago and Tokido, formerly of Team Reject, by the way. Then you have Daigo and Fudo. Then on the other half, you have Mizuha and Wabiichi going against the other like newer generation. Hold on, let me see this real quick. That is kind of nasty. But anyways, Yas and Hina on the other side. Again, it's like it's the perfect matchup right now. The perfect blend of like old guard and new school. I love this. I love this right now. Mizuha, Tokido in the middle spot, Wabiichi with the Terry. How do you feel about that, Kola?
I feel like Wabiichi's more than proved himself, you know, over at CEO Gifts at top 8, over during the preseason event, playing like it was another chill day. So I don't mind him being there. I would have liked to see maybe Tokido in the anchor position out of some bias, maybe to pull out the likes of Hinao for a bout like that. But still, strategy, I think it's great. And I think Mago being in the wings, waiting for that extra position with the Mai is just fine. Now it's a matter of who does Reject send up against these cats. Mizuha, I feel like Fudo gonna come up. Maybe. What?
Damn.
Hinao starts off? No Tokido, no Tokido, no Wabiichi, Okay, all right.
Well, can we talk about this a little bit? I didn't realize that Daigo was like captain of Reject, so he's gonna be a lot more vocal and active. I'm like, whose voice is speaking right now? And with this high energy and so much like emphasis. Emphasis. I'm like, yo, Daigo had that in him the whole time. Last season, he was like, he was the security guard. I felt like he was on like sleepy duties a little bit, but now he's a lot more active. Okay. I like this.
For Daigo. Okay, that means maybe Daigo pulls up a little later on, like to see if he has that same sort of energy when he plays. But he now, right off the rip, maybe start things off strong with that Sagat. You know, that's still fine. Would have thought that he might be in the extra position. I think he would have played fine there as well. But he can fit everywhere. I mean, this guy is insanely good. This kid, I should be saying, has taken top. So I got to reformat my brain because the way that he plays feels like he has years of experience more than all of us combined. But he's like 50, 16 years old. You know, he has already qualified for Capcom Cup. He did so well, obviously, at EWC. Saw what happened there. Absolutely dominated. And he has just been an absolute force to be reckoned with the Ryu and the Sagat. I think both characters are highly up to par for him. I think this is a good select either which way. I think Sagat, even in general, did fine against Mai and does fine, even more so now. Stand medium punch being nerfed, that's great. We can play a little bit more footsies. We can focus stand medium kick. We can whip punch for crouching medium punch. It helps out a lot more.
Perhaps. But I just think the way that he now like structures his offense just makes it so difficult to contest against. His conversions are top notch. I think his spacing traps are stellar. His pressure up close with standing medium punch makes it so ambiguous to call. And that medium punch is dastardly, right? What, being +2 on block? It can make any character sort of sweat, right?
He's well done. You know, I mean, he's definitely no stranger to the danger that I would have expected maybe to see the Cammy, but you know, maybe feels more in tune with the mind first. Mizuha says though, for the first away game, I've done my homework. It's an important game, so do my best. We're getting Hinao's talking points, but I want to point to what you said about Hina and how he places buttons. You know, it feels like he'll throw out a button, and that button isn't meant to catch you. It's a second or third button that's meant to catch you. And it converts into big boy damage after that. So like, he structures it somewhat kind of run into something where you don't expect it. It happens quite a bit. It happened over at Combo Breaker. It's happened over at BAM too as well. And you have these big damaging characters like Ryu and Sagat. They're going to lead to a lot of conversions that are going to lead to like 30%, 60% at minimum. So it makes sense why he would play those characters with that kind of style. He now says it's my debut, excuse me, at Street Fighter League. And I'm pretty nervous playing for the team. But we want to win, so I'll do my best.
ミュートしていいよとか、まあそこはやっぱ
I can tell it's getting real early for you, brother. Hang in there. Valid note that you brought up, Combo Breaker. He did fall short to Xiaohai and that Mai, right? Using the same characters. So I think it's in heavy consideration to note that Mizuha might be a pretty decent matchup to stack up against Hinao, but all things considered, to kind of like retort that, Reject set up Hinao for the counter pick. So I'd imagine he has a lot more in store for the way that Mizuha wants to play Mai and how he's further developed countermeasures against Mai. And now we get to see it fully fleshed out and fully fleshed out here for Street Fighter League Japan.
First match, you know, Mizuha. See, you play one button, it's the second button. That's a trap of Hinao. First link corner already. I mean, the ODDP rip. The back throw, Mizuha has him up in the corner.
Just in the right place at the right time, too. I like the way he disrupts with the Tiger Knee, though. Back throw to get even more of a positioning towards the corner against Mizuha. A lot of mediums kind of flailing about to check Mizuha's advancement. Speaking of, does check the drive rush with crouch jab. Oh. Oos. Pierce the grill. He is wailing with these mediums. And Mizuha serving up a really good punish counter to get him into level 1 territory. He's got 4 more stocks of the fireball. They're going to be able to follow suit behind it. He now creating space for himself, but putting himself into the corner. Interesting. I don't even know how he missed that throw. Was he out of range? Was there block stuck behind it? I don't even recall if the fan landed first before the throw had even come out. I actually blinked and didn't even get to hear the audio proper.
I get it, but we're so focused on the combo that happened right after, you know, keeping it very offbeat. For a very skilled combo, we should get the kill. That was sick on his side of things, so. Reversal light kick, but no DP right after. They made that a lot stronger for Sagat this season. Hold the store, as you mentioned, the stand medium punch, locking down whatever opponent has to face it.
Counter hit, yes sir, into the Nexus, DP. Overhead, that was mad delayed. And that was a counter hit against Mizuha. The knee, hella damage. Dear God Almighty. It's funny that you mentioned like he now could fit like anywhere. Oh, my bad, I didn't hear you. My fault, Cola. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I need to hear this.
It's fine. it's totally fine. We're going to the next. I already gave you the floor. The time is up. Time is up for both of us. He's in control now.
Up the corner though, for that knee possibly, or just a jump out is fine. It's too low. But the range caught him, so that jump with the forward heavy kick, heavily charged DP. Look at the damage of this character.
Early DP preventing Mizuha from getting any sort of momentum after escaping the corner after that single hit. DP, most definitely. He now still got a lot of life to work with. A little bit of a mishap. I think Mizuha, with his timing, he went for the stab jab to fake out and possibly go for a throw, but he now struck first with the 4-framer.
Position's fantastic defense. Striking back with the stand medium, flexion in so that drive cage back and harass. Mizuha's with the DP drive rush. The crouching medium push for that strike throw. Can't go for crouching medium kick anymore, so I like the adjustment here from Hinao. Them going to those plus frames.
Now trying to outspace Mizuha with a couple of those mediums, as we talked about again, but Mizuha threading the needle for that counter hit, pushes back. Back into the corner you go. Heavy punch. Oh no. The low step kick, and it was a counter hit. You're hella dead. He now just super convincing in all of his threats, whether it's on offense, whether it's wake up on defense, finding the countermeasures against the timing against Mizuha, sneaking in these interruption jabs. He has had so much confidence in all his decisions thus far.
And
they're well left out once too. Like even that like jab that he woke up with in the DRCs right after the kill, very scaled damage, right? But to be able to structure it enough to get the kill, to be able to have the pop up with the level 2 to get the super right after, because that's that pop up level or the target combo into like any sort of super that you would want. The fact that he understands the kill ratio for that so consistently, he's done it twice now off a jab. DRC is fantastic. He's well left out the character. His conversions are optimal. When he's swinging for the most part, has led into damage or conversion. There's only been maybe once or twice where he's always able to like back up land like a heavy kick or something else, whatever. And then be like, okay, cool, I thought maybe a fireball or try for a light kick or whatever. So much variance coming through in terms of offense. He now is just like, how do you? I wish I could play it like this, man. Convert all the time, swing all these buttons, and not get punish counter all the time. You just got it like that, man.
Yeah, I don't even know if there was anything against Mizuha to really note, right? I think there was like one mishap where he went for drive rush, stand jab to get into throw, and he now found a way to intercept. But outside of that, even like he now took some pretty interesting risks in terms of like when to wake up with OD uppercut to catch Mizuha. I mean, he just overall has like such bright game sense as to when to let these reversals rip, that you can't really count that against Mizuha. But pretty bright future for this young man. As cliche as that sounds, he has just been such a dominant force for a lot of the newer rising stars in the realm of Street Fighter 6, not even just Street Fighter League Japan, but right now I think Fudo has to come up next, right? Fudo?
I think so. 100%.
Oh, it's Daigo.
What?
Daigo with you?
Okay. This makes sense.
Interesting.
Fudo's very well against JP. I agree on paper, but I'm interested why Daigo instead of like Fudo. I was with you in terms of like the Fudo pick. He's got DJ. I think DJ does well against JP too. So
I was thinking the same thing. And the only thing I could probably think about is that Daigo would much rather rely on either Yas or Fudo for the anchor match. Now, I haven't had the chance to watch Yas play, and I'll dive into that in just a bit. But actually, we have a little bit of time. Tokido versus Daigo, JP versus Akuma. We've talked about that matchup a handful of times, but I do want to take a little bit of a pause. Have you been able to see Yas play during the preseason? Because I was not able to.
I don't recall in full in terms of Yas's play, but I've watched him before in a stream, some of his like tournament runs and things like that. He's like a really good all-arounder Ryu, just a slight push to the aggression side. He's very technical. Like a lot of the Ryu tech that has been developed, a lot of it came from him. Like when Ryu was not seen as strong, I mean, he was in the second season, stuff like that. And into other seasons, people would come to him to learn Ryu because that was like the only person playing this character at the highest in Japan. So for a while, it was like that guy. It was just Yas. Like he was known to be that guy as a replay.
Yeah. I've only seen his name like a handful of times during like the, I want to say the second season, and I kind of can see that happening. I just don't recall seeing him like make as much like significant waves with the character per se. But from what's listed, also he does have like a Yasmin in his pocket, which I am kind of curious about. And I wouldn't be surprised if Reject decided to throw him into the waters with being in the anchor spot just to kind of get his feet wet and kind of like get some experience as a rookie, at least in the realm of Street Fighter League Japan. But we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, obviously reverting back now to this matchup, JP versus Akuma, right? There's a lot of things to kind of consider. For one, Akuma can't really take that type of damage, right? I think that's clear as day. That's something we all talk about. But I think the versatility behind Akuma leaves a lot against JP, especially in this season too. So when we talk about some of the things we've seen between like Shotos versus JP, Akuma can pretty much dish out the exact same thing. Exact type of pressure to contest against any of the reversal options that JP does have, primarily against Amnesia, right? So he can be a little bit detrimental towards like trying to play defense against someone like Akuma. The walk speed is great. The drive rush is all right. Forward advancing movement off of drive rush really helps to chase down some of the projectile pressure that JP can exude, right? Even trying to like read a ghost is primarily the thing, or read like what happens after a departure is out. Being able to close the gap pretty well. Akuma has it all for this matchup. So we'll see. It's a matter of whether or not Daigo has it within him to make the right calls against Tokido, who's on a hot streak of taking down all the Shotos that were in his path during CEO.
That's true. That's true. He was definitely on one throughout the entirety of the CEO. The rest of things, though, Daigo having that flame lit back into his heart for a competition, to be better at Street Fighter at the highest regard, to really show the world what he's about. I feel like we might be seeing a different Daigo. Maybe a Daigo that starts to access all the components of Akuma. Because, on some of his streams, some of his content, he's like, the Akuma players all do things differently and all specialize in one particular thing. And obviously, Daigo's thing is fireballs. But I feel like he's been accessing more the demon flips and things like that. He's been able to explore a little more of the character. And honestly, in this matchup, having the emboldened fireballs, the stronger fireballs, the faster charge up on those is going to help the zoning overall. So I do feel like that's going to help out against the projectiles are put on the screen. Unless Tokido's able to put his own miasma out. In terms of the interview real quick, though, Tokido said, I'm actually ready for Daigo. I've done a good amount of practice, so I'll do my best to win. Daigo said, we know how great Tokido is, especially with his win at CEO, but I'll win.
I like the confidence, as he should have, being a man of his stature. And there was a very fond point that you had mentioned prior to even like seeing if Daigo was going to play. He's had such a positive perspective this season, especially after Menard-D had that exhibition, the Kimonomichi exhibition. Post interviews afterwards, he's just been feeling very reinvigorated and trying to really play Street Fighter 6 to a higher degree.
It's refreshing to see for all of us. Like, even if you're like just like a Daigo fan, just to see him back in business or trying to get back to being a better player. I feel like that emboldens all of us to like enjoy the game more in our own specific ways. Like to see somebody be like, I'm actually with this game again, or I want to compete at a higher level. Just seeing Daigo play in general, even these older players. Well, it's great to see the new guard play and have a new generation. It's good to see like these old cats can still play too as well. Tokido winning is indicative of that. I've seen the recent rise of like all these new players. They're like 10 years old, 15, 14 years old are winning.
10 years old is wild, brother.
Bro, that, wherever they're feeding people in Chile, I need that on my plate every day, okay? And that is a real thing. There are players out there that are super strong in that age department. But there are still players that are in their 40s and a little bit later than that that are still competing at high level and still cooking up the competition.
It's wild. I mean, that's happening right now in the Latin America region when we talk about like the age range of players. Something's in the water down there, man. Whether it's in Chile, Dominican Republic, those guys are wild. But let's bring it back to Japan. Now we get our second match of our team battle. Tokido versus Daigo.
That's right. Push some projectiles. Tokido. We have to stay in medium to stop them. Try to let them leave it all. The kid? There.
Jesus!
What
kind of control is this? My man Tokido is, well, now folding like a cheap suit a little bit. I take it back. Daigo, actually with a slight lead, a little bit more control from his side, right? Being able to throw out some of these fireballs within mid-range and also a little off the mark. Different fireball angle than he wanted. That is for damn sure.
Tatsu, meaty fireballs you mentioned to dissuade the amnesia and the DI for the death of Tokido for the very first round right there. Smart self. Not letting it no level 2 activation at all. Nothing on block for a side switch. None of that mix. Daigo takes the first round.
After what felt like Tokido being in full control. Yo, sit that ghost down. I like that. Amnesia doesn't suffer too much in drive gauge depletion, right? He actually parried the first one. How did that hit? What normal did he clip?
I don't know. That heavy kick was deep. No touchdown. Tick throw. Only fireball for the plus frames. Try to walk up throw. The DP. No level 3. It don't matter. The walk back 6 frames. Daigo is playing insane right now. So don't talk on my name.
He's like, that's what happens when you leave us, bro. You thought it was gonna be sweet on the other side? Listen, man, even with Daigo, just because the wrapper is wrinkled don't mean the candy ain't sweet.
There's a bar. Like that.
TP, you know it. Forward throw now, Daigo in control.
Outside this range of the medium punch. And Sid Pierce is going to play some fireballs down, introducing that crouch shoot, kick, dirt shoot for a little bit. Departure setup, no Pierce necessary. Just want to get that control back in his hands. That's what you need with this character, is departure for the control. That's the best move for this character, one of the best moves in the game. We lock him down. Daigo just waits, with his fireballs.
That's kind of tough,
safe jump
man.
setup.
Are you kidding me? That was actually mad smart. Really deceptive, but mad smart. Especially with how high that dive kick was. Oh, you're eating mad damage. Yo, Daigo bringing it all the way back. What a call out. What a way to steal your turn back from Daigo. Watch out for this Dion. Don't do it, old man. Damn, that killed. Jesus.
Okay, hell. Though I do like the ideas on defense there. Taking back the turn. Let me show you. This throw. On the fireball, Tokido trying to avoid. It's hard for him to again avoid his own projectiles. So that's what you see a lot more normals. A little bit uncomfortable for JP. Back throw. Pierce meaty, but Daigo's willing to block that out. And so patiently.
Trying to encroach that space little by little too. Daigo, he's using a lot more of the walk speed this time instead of the fireballs. But Tokido, actually, as soon as Daigo backed away, he had the right read against the fireball, getting that full punish on the way in. That's totally fine to spend for the side of Daigo. Still relatively healthy with the drive gauge. Ooh. Another big jump in against another call out on the fireball. Tokido now using Labushka. Should be more than enough damage. And we're just all tied up. 2 back-to-back rounds taken right away. In swing, in lieu of Tokido. In favor of Tokido, excuse me.
I love the way he's reading these fireballs. I know that sounds very grazing, very easy, but to read someone who has such good fireball placement, spacing, and things like that, Tokido trying to get a lot off these jumps. Daigo adjusts, goes for more of the aerial approach with the dive kicks, or keeps it grounded. Drive rush forward, Pierce, or stand Pierce if he wants it. Got the walk speed too.
Yeah, it's been very ambiguous so far as to when Daigo wants to throw these fireballs. So for Tokido to make back-to-back reads was rather impressive. And now it's even more ambiguous, right? Daigo actually hasn't really put himself in positions where he gets whip punished from forward advancing moves. Tokido has actually been looking for that prior to this situation here, right? Departures to kind of apply pressure from full screen. It's up to Daigo really to kind of get around that. But Tokido can't be too predictable because drivers could be a very potent factor. And Daigo's playing it rather patiently, right?
Now swing a little bit more power with the OD fireball. So we can get in that range to drive rush for Pierce, to stand Pierce. Having the fireballs, yeah, now we'll get a little bit more active with the aerial approach. I'm saying you can't just sit here and throw fireballs all day. You gotta throw some normals. There we go, drive rush medium. Catching that stand medium punch that Tokido likes to poke with so continuously.
Now puts himself in the corner. Now Tokido has actually so much control, but it's the standing light kick counter hit. Daigo just 2 steps ahead of Tokido, unlike this. Match point now for the Lord and Savior.
The fireball there, but again, I like this variance here from Daigo. Even better, though. Perfect parry. Finding another way around the fireballs, just as at the departure. Watch him up in the corner, and that's what we're looking for. Forward heavy kick. Departure after this knockdown, don't go for the safe setup instead. Level 2, for an opening.
What?
Oh, yeah, it's an overhead. I think that's what caught him. If I'm not mistaken.
No, you're correct. You're absolutely correct. I thought Daigo would actually block that initially, then I saw the rest of the coast kind of like lighting up Akuma. Pretty much dead even. Tokido bringing it right back to Daigo's doorstep. Although Daigo does have a single super art bar advantage, but that's about it.
Good hop up, some level 2 shenanigans up in the corner. Some big extensions. So we're going right now the West Coast. Daigo has it his way. Double jump, nothing doing. Button given, you Tokido.
I didn't catch anything else. That was, oh my god, yo, footsies. Oh, we got the amnesia, obviously. That was actually Matt Smart. Did you see that tag? I'll explain it later. Oh, he missed his opportunity for the cross cut. This is Tokido's game to win if he can get Labushka activated, if he needs to. There it is. Off of the throw.
You survive.
What?
No, you can't. It's too much. The ghastly
He let go of the parry.
Too much, bro.
He let go of the parry. That was his fault. No shot. That's wild. I blame inconsiderate Raccoon. I'm telling you, man. I blame him in the chat wholeheartedly. That's my boy and everything. But if you wanted any more proof that this is live, I'm blaming inconsiderate Raccoon in the chat. He's like, every time I show up, Daigo loses. I'm letting you know right now. That's crazy, son. How did you do it? All right, so real talk though. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit.
Okay, talk.
The tech that Daigo used against Amnesia, he did for the timing, medium punch target combo into DP, so that by the time that DP comes out, JP is in block stun, and also Akuma's mid-air, so it knocks the character far back, so that Tokido can't convert, right? He'll still be in block stun. He won't have enough time to like dry rush forward to convert. That is mad smart. You're taking minimal damage off of that.
That was always the one to find, like, and use, I should say, like, very unique tech in matchups. But this right here is just so unfortunate. There's a row where he could have brought this back, holding parry, making the right decision, maybe like a level 3 in between one of those strings or whatever, or after everything is over, catching a tech. I don't know, but man, that is unfortunate, bro. That is just sad way. But Tokido's going to take that. That's 10 to 10. That means no extra match. Well,
man, come on, guys. Let's get some like I want some tiebreakers, dude. I want to see some extra matches. Genuinely. I just want to. Oh, Yas is coming up. Okay. It's Ryu? Okay. Oh, come on, guys. I really wanted to see Yasmin come out. Yasmin was listed on the website. He has a backup Yasmin, but Ryu versus Terry. All right, I respect it.
Classic protagonist battle. You know, the character that has led him to success. You're right in terms of him not having like massive results, but it's one of those things where it's like, hey, we see this guy with potential. Let's pick him up. You know, he's been in tournaments. He's done well enough as on the Road Warriors where it's like this guy can cook. He's picking down some top names. He hasn't had those big placements just yet, but you see the tech, the development of Ryu. He's not quit the character. He's stuck with him. He's been the source for a lot of information for the character overall. And it's like this guy has got the potential. That's kind of Reject styles that they see a lot in like players like Taco, for example. Obviously, he now. And they help build them up to get them where they are. Same with Burrell. Honestly, they're the same with Wabaichi. You know, seeing the potential in him. Like, I think last year we kind of talked about the new generation. And I remember Wabaichi, Suichi, and a few others were like the younger players that were looking to be in Street Fighter League. And look at one of them right now, sitting here in the anchor position, about to close out the night or morning, wherever you are. You can figure it out.
I mean, Wabaichi, what? He was top 8 at CEO, right? So that was the same guy. He was definitely within range of going quite far. I feel like from a lot of speculation going into CEO, and he nailed it. I think that might have been his first international presence outside of Evo, I think. I'm going to double check that before I misspeak on his name. But Wabaichi, a pretty significant factor for Japan. Let me take a look at his overall presence. So top 8 within CEO, tied for 7th. Was at Combo Breaker, actually fell short to Mena RD. Was over at Battle Arena Melbourne, got within top 24, lost to Kills You. So he's got a lot of exposure internationally, I should say. But I think it's more so this year if I'm taking a look at his results correctly. 2025, 2025, he didn't leave Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like I never saw him outside of Japan. I think he's only been in Japan like online stuff for Warriors. But yeah, this is his first year for travel, and to do this amount of work within the first 3 tournaments that he's been at, not too dang bad. Wabiichi said, "I've beaten Yas in the past. Why'd he come for me? By the way, I'm the anchor because I'm the strongest on the team." You know, he's always been a showsman. If y'all saw him, you know that. You're a little crazy.
I like that.
I do too.
I need that
You're a funny
energy.
dude.
I need that exact energy coming in from like the SFL Japan rookies, right? Takagi had the same type of demeanor, very positive, very outgoing, very loud in a good way. He made his presence known and he did quite well for himself last season. So I want to see that continued on with Wabiichi.
You see how Wabiichi plays. I mean, we saw it a little bit during the preseason. Obviously, we've seen it where it's a very aggressive, active Terry player. Just like a really good bulldog type of style. I feel like that's kind of the young generation, how they are in a generalized area and how they play. Yeah, on the other hand, though, and all around, and when it comes to the it's the final match of the night, people, Wabiichi and Yas, Moreau, and Reject, all comes down to this. Let's get it.
Already a quick stop to the driver's approach. Yas. And now the throw bait. Everything is coming together. He's scheming. One sequence after another. Can he go for a third? A trade to back him off is Wabiichi. Roundhouse to kind of clear the space even more so. Wabiichi getting a little bit more room away from the corner. Yas actually heeded the warning. Doesn't want to get got with any counter hit normal.
It's careful. Stand fierce, crouch, medium punch. Give him that stand light kick. All dangerous propositions. I thought that'd be close enough. But Yas is keeping it contained up in the corner. It's with the DP, trying to kill the throw. Yas takes it pretty damn dominantly. Fucking all that smack, but Yas was in a good mood. Yas is telling the fierce.
God.
What's
Did you see how much damage that does to the drive gauge, Cola? This back-to-back heavy punches just straight to the gut. Even if you're blocking, it's mad damage. Oh, my lordy. I like that, too. The option to like the parry immediately into the drive rush is so potent against a whiff donkey kick.
It's on the cover, yeah. There's a pain butt to get to. Oh, you can fake out, still in there. Perfect carries the second button. Red like a book, and I like that level 1. Drain the drive gauge. Get the lead there.
It's so scary. Like, Yas isn't even allowed to throw a projectile. Or, like, safely, I guess. Oh, that caught. Oh, no. What is happening? Oh, both are fumbling the bag, Cola. Both are fumbling the bag. Yikes. But it's fine. Wabiichi cleans it up. Still managing to get a counter hit into level 1. Not bad.
Shake it off. Right on the double drive, right with the throw. What a tag. Oh, but he gets crossed up. I was going to say everything was looking good for Wabiichi. Ball's in the green. Backed up to do the donkey kick. Trying to go for that meaty overhead. The perfect parry is there. In the side switch to meterless. He's smart stuff. Cross-cut DP cannot leave for free. Chip kick in the corner. Bro, nobody is allowed to overhead, but this means a death of Wabiichi for this round, this game. What a reaction. Not going to have the perfect parry, so I want the full amount of damage.
Nice recovery from the side of Yas. That could have been his round earlier, right? Had he gone and maybe dumped out the rest of his drive gauge, pulled up a level 3, still managing to salvage the situation, totally fine. Yas looking to maintain control off of that lead.
Hey, there he is there, gets the fireballs. Oh, you trying to get that range where you can like perfect parry and get that drive rush jab OS, right after. Great to see. Or knocked down the sweep though. Yikes.
Oof. Didn't give it a shot, the fireball. Whipping? Oh no. Mistiming the overhead. Yas woke up with roundhouse for the punish counter. Demolished. Oh. Wabichi again. He managed to close the gap with the burn knuckle. I mean, what was that? Crack shoot? Excuse me.
It just feels like he can't get that
Am I tripping, actually?
right after now. No, it was a burn knuckle.
Okay,
Yas played a button.
Dude, it's 6 a.m., man. I'm like seeing things at this point. I'm not gonna lie. I had it right the first time, and I'm like, wait, did he crack kick? Am I tripping? My fault, dude. My fault.
Holy! It's all good. The DP, friend kill. No button. Actually, for Yas to play a button. ODDP right back up in the corner. He's going to spin that bar to keep him caged up here. There's a perfect parry that he wanted previously.
Yeah, that option's like getting a lot of mileage out of Yas being in the corner too. Or so I thought. Yas is slowly pushing himself back out. Excellent confirm off the forward roundhouse. Hella damage. Starting off with the roundhouse. Oh. For the carry and the Oki, I should say. No way. Stolen again. Ugh. Yas, more like ya nasty. He threw out the DI as if Wabiichi was above 40.
That's people get put in jail for less. Yeah, I'll let you know that right now. That is driver DI is crazy work. To catch that on a young cat like this, honestly, Wabiichi has really good reactions. I've seen him react to DP with DIs with supers. I've seen him react to a lot of things with the quickness. But this match, it feels like he's a little shaken right now. He's not able to get his game plan going. And when he wants to ride it back with a parry, he is caught for filth continuously. Like, Yas just pulls back his buttons. He's like, cool, burn yourself out. That's exactly what I want you to do. 2 games straight, Yas is cooking up, apron on.
Ooh. So the last, that last instance, Wabiichi was trying to parry the drive impact. Am I calling that? Or did I see that correctly? Like, he mistimed his opportunity to perfect parry. He burned himself out and then got clipped with the DI, or was I tripping? Because I heard multiple sounds that made it sound that way. It made it sound like that was the sequencing, but I hope they put that in the highlight for the replay, because I want to know exactly why he got caught by that DI.
I thought he was already in burnout, but I may be wrong. Again, same things also too. So, you know what, he had the bar at the bottom, regardless of having his pocket for any sort of reversal, but he did get caught for lacking. Man, Yas is tearing him apart and surviving up in the corner where Terry can really cook. And overheads, the usual setups that you see from Wabiichi. It is it's kind of crazy out here. I'm surprised that this is happening. To be honest, I thought Wabiichi at minimum would make this very, very close.
I mean, we've seen opportunities where like a timeout has happened and the players have made like full-fledged rebuttals. So it's a possibility. We've seen that happen with Hikaru earlier in match number 1, like Riddle Order versus Detonation Focus Me. So it is a possibility. Although Hikaru won the first one, was down 2 right after, then made 2 back. Coming in 0-2 right now, it's a whole different story. But if it's possible, I mean, Wabiichi could probably do it. Not with this start, though. Oh, man, Yas is explosive.
Yikes. Round start, low forward, and catching him, trying to leave with the back heavy kick. This guy is optimal. He is Ryu incarnate. Light kick Tatsu, meterless. Oh, he's on one. He's become the protagonist. He's got the headband and everything. The DI right back, you cannot do that. My man
Wabiichi's getting torn apart, man. My man's getting sent to the hospital ASAP. He's on life support. He's on life support. Yas 1 round away.
I ain't gonna lie, Vicious. This is hospice, dog. I'm hoping, I'm praying we pull through, get some more matches. I still the 4 fields connected. We bait, okay. Get some distance. Level 1 action.
Take that rebuttal. Perfect parry against the fireball. That's what we like to see on defense. Wabiichi still sharp. Back-to-back counter hits? Come on now. Oh, hit him with the Street Fighter 2? Nah, Cola, why was he so ready for burn knuckle? He was waiting there a little bit, and then out of nowhere he backdashes? Why would he backdash there? What a beast! Yo, Yas! Yo, Yas!
おめでとうございます。
素晴らしい。
What a read, son!
はいということで
This dude's a dog.
このチームマッチ3はリジェクトが見事先鋒戦そして大将戦を勝利
My man smoked him. There's no other way to go around that. My man smoked him. 3-0?
立ち回りも良かったですけど、その局所的な駆け引きもヤスが読み勝って、ワビッシュとしてはそのベースのダメージ取れるのかなって多分ちょっと
He's a study bug, you know, he'd be up in the lab
って
continuously.
いうのがありました。
But I thought, you know, when you put the paces out here in league, it might be different for you. You might be shaky. Not the cat that's out here performing, doing well over at CEO, getting top 8s and stuff like that, traveling. Y'all be traveling too, but not to the same extent in terms of like results. Look at that. Interrupting the overhead, not with a perfect parry. Not blocking it out.
Yep.
He said, I'm going to punish it. Like, you nasty for that. And then reading it for Phil and taking on the drive gauge. Okay, this is the moment. Okay, yeah. Okay, so he didn't have any drive gauge.
Oh, okay. My
just had
fault.
super.
All right. I thought he had meter for some reason. Okay. Gotcha. Good to know. He did have super though, right? So that's very interesting to know.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, how is he? How was he ready? Why was he ready? Why?
結構つけてたのかなっていう感じもありましたね。
さあこちらがマッチリザルトです。バレル側は中堅時戸選手の勝利により10点の加点に成
Crazy
功。
work. Yes, well done to be in the edge position. Obviously, has to go back to the lab in terms of, honestly, I'll be real. All the like the risky things that Wabiichi be doing, it usually, it feels like it works on every opponent that we've seen, right? Punk, I think before, Punk had that bout with him over at CEO. You know, going for risky things, like we just saw with the target combo. But like, Yas like, dog, I've studied that. I've labbed that. I've learned that. And I'm going to practice that in terms of punishing you. Not here, not Street Fighter League. The spacing against a vertical at the very end? Like, who are you? You're not real, bro. You're not a human being. You're synthetic or something like that.
Nah,
ain't no way.
It's funny because now that I think about it, like Yas actually lost to Wabiichi. He got eliminated by Wabiichi over at BAM.
He's the strongest on the team, at least for him and his sake. Write it down. I don't care what you do. Memorize it.
Brother, there's so 16. Flood them theaters, y'all.
はいということで、ハメコさん、本日も
Also bring people that have never gotten into Street Fighter. That's a great entry point. It's like a fun kitchen movie to watch.
More to look forward to in the realm of Japan for World Warrior and also this.
Beautiful.